enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to pop that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time.
That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in. That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General. Author. Ruler. Man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
Well, hello to you, and you. Good morning, Miss Denise. Hopefully all is well with you, my friend. Good morning, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 destinations for you this morning. We're going to kick it off with Jada Pinkett Smith. Lord Jesus, why does she sound like the auntie at the family reunion when you hear she's coming? It's like, oh, damn, do I really have to go? That's why when you get to be an adult, you get to do what you want to do. Praise the Lord Jesus. Hallelujah. Amen. We'll talk about Jada Pinkett Smith. Master P has a brand new role for the Super Bowl. It is a big one. Cannot wait to tell you about what Master P is doing with the Super Bowl. Nike is bringing back one of their classic shoes. I'll tell you which one. Michigan is doing something for expecting mothers and families. And also, too, there is a brand new video from the Associated Press that literally came on right as we were getting on tour. Literally at 11 o'clock, a new video came out. So I'll showcase that video because it'll emphasize and boost and bold and empower our Michigan story that we'll talk about. Prince and Angela Floyd. When you guys hear this story, you're going to be like, wait a minute. Damn, really? Utah, child, I cannot. We'll talk about it. Yes, you are seeing what you're seeing on that 6th destination. And then finally, Alabama. That city is very important to Alabama. I'll tell you how. Higher is weighing, low is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see the virtual tour background. Yes, you do. You hear the virtual tour music. Yes, you do. And one thing to know, 2 things for sure. Over here, a lot.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith. I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell. And I'm Dave Price.
And it's a little early for this.
Right now, this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you started it out right. But I'm waiting for you in the daylight. And a lot happens early. Can you feel it? And I say,
good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
A lot happens early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
And I totally agree. Julie Chen Moonves is a new morning to Russ Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, and Maggie Rodriguez. A lot over here on this channel happens early. And with that being said, let me get my camera together. Hang on. Come on. Work with me now against me. Whoa, wait a minute. Hang on. There I am. Hey, bright lights, big city, everything. Hey, good morning, everybody. Glad to have you all here. It's officially 9 minutes after 11 a.m. Let's do what we do and go on tour. Glad to have all you here. 7 destinations for you this morning. So let's get to it again. Let's get on this virtual highway and byway. Right, here we go. We're going to start off with Jada Pinkett Smith here. For RollingOut.com, Jada Pinkett Smith sparks relationship speculation with cryptic Instagram posts. Jada and Will Smith have been separated since 2016, but have not divorced. Here we go. Jada Pinkett Smith has been making headlines this summer, especially after the release of her memoir, Worthy, where she revealed that she and Will have been separated since 2016. As the actress retreats from the public eye, her latest Instagram post has fans buzzing with speculation about her relationship status. Instagram post raises eyebrows. On September 1st, Jada shared a carousel of images on her Instagram, including a selfie by the beach and a video of her riding a jet ski with an unidentified man. That post was accompanied by a caption that read, "Summer's coming and my heart has been blooming in so many ways. Can't wait to share. Till then, I'm just embracing the last of summer vibes." This has led many to wonder if she's hinting at new developments in her personal life. Fan reactions and speculations. Fan quickly took to the comment section with one User saying this is what peace looks like. So wait, that fan said that picture with Jada and her man is what peace looks like. Oh Lord, they must be broken in their real life. God bless them. While another remarked Jada's enduring beauty. She is beautiful. I won't sit here in front, but however, Jada Pinkett Smith versus Jill Scott. I mean, it's Jill Scott all day, every day, forever. However, the identity of the man on the jet ski remains a mystery, with some fans jokingly asking if it was Will. Private life and public scrutiny. Jada made her Instagram account private after facing backlash over revelations about her marriage. Well, you posted it. That made it public. That made it our business in the public. Like, what do you want us to do? Despite her efforts to shield herself from negativity, her posts continue to attract attention. Comments on her recent posts range from supportive to critical, with some users expressing hope that she has done the necessary inner work to stop embarrassing her husband. That part. Will and Jada's complicated relationship. Jada's admissions about her separation from Will have not been without controversy. The couple has faced public scrutiny since Jada's entanglement with singer August Alsina was revealed. The situation was escalated further when Will infamously slapped comedian Chris Rock at the 2022 Oscars, leading to intense media coverage of their relationship. Future of their marriage. Despite the rumors swirling around their marriage, Jada has stated that she and Will are still trying to figure out how to be partners. Your kids are grown. You don't have to be partners anymore, okay? They're grown. In a 2023 interview, she emphasized that that divorce was never an option for them. However, the couple have been rarely seen together recently, fueling speculation about their future as Jada Pinkett Smith continues to navigate her public and private life. Her recent Instagram posts have left fans wonder about the status of her marriage to Will Smith, with ongoing rumors and speculation. Only time will tell what the future holds for this high-profile couple. Listen, Jada, let him go. Please let him go. Like I said to ATLian and Josh, right? By the way, Josh, I think his channel is JS Superstar. Y'all please go check him out. Hilarious black man. There are black men who do care about the world at large and women and everything in between. Let him go. It's not worth it. Like I said to Michelle and Josh, that Will Smith will have chapters. Jada will be in chapters, and there's a complete difference and a distinction with the two. And honestly, Will, go get Lisa Ray McCoy, because she says she like you. I think y'all look like a beautiful couple. I said it and would. Make no damn sense. You're gonna get mad at everybody about the business you post out here in public. Jesus. Anyway, child, let's roll on. I can't with it. I can't. I just can't. All right, y'all. So remember I told you Master P has a huge responsibility. Well, guess what? Master P has been named from rollingout.com, by the way. This comes to us from rollingout.com. Entertainment ambassador of the next Super Bowl. Master P rocketed to international renown through his New Orleans-based No Limit music label. Master P has been appointed the entertainment ambassador for Super Bowl. Hang on, y'all, because I want to get it right. Because y'all know the Roman numerals is. Let's see. It's a Roman numeral number. Hang on. Number 59. So Super Bowl 59. Master P is the entertainment ambassador for it. Happened in February of 2025. Oh, hang on, let me go back. The New Orleans born and raised legend who rocketed out of the projects and achieved international fame and fortune through his No Limit Records label in the 1990s will reportedly help amplify the Crescent City's culture ahead of and during the Super Bowl week in what is one of America's epicenters for music, food, and culture. Master P anointed the face of the Super Bowl by New Orleans Mayor Latoya Cantrell. Mayor Latoya Cantrell gave Master P his flowers by stating during a press conference that he is deserving of all the love, all the praise, for demonstrating the resiliency of this community. The rap boss, whose real name is Percy Miller, wanted to create additional music and business opportunities for New Orleans residents. We're doing this through film, television, and entertainment, Master P said, but we're also doing this through business because I want people to see that I was able to grow. He continued, I grew up in the projects in New Orleans, Louisiana, led by Tom Relay, let the good times roll, baby. And I was able to change my life, educate myself, get out there to see more. And I want to see more for the city of New Orleans, Louisiana. So here we go.
Announcement on this day. I want to give a special recognition to our elected officials who are with us. I do see our councilman, Eugene Green, our state representative, Ms. Candace Newell. Thank you so much for taking the time. Give them some love. We also have, of course, Lisa Alexis, our director of the Mayor's Office of Cultural Economy, Mr. Jeffrey Swartz, our Director of the Office of Economic Development for the City of New Orleans, and including Mr. Michael Ince, our Interim Director of the Office of Nighttime Economy. And with that, please join me with the real spirit of the City of New Orleans and showing some love to the son of this city, who really needs no introduction, but he's deserving of all the love, all the praise, of demonstrating the real resiliency of this community and that there's no limit.
Exactly.
Put your mind on accomplishing great things for the city of New Orleans. Our very own Mr. Percy Miller, Sr. Yeah. And you're going to hear from him. Yes. But on this afternoon, we are announcing Master P as the New Orleans Entertainment Ambassador. Give it up. Today is just yet another example of the city of New Orleans. We're doing the work to ensure that this world-class city, we know that she is second to none, but she is the most Afrocentric city in the United States of America. And we need to ensure that we're keeping the culture alive, we're preserving it at every turn, but we are leveraging it the best way possible to, again, move this city forward, move her people forward with the real understanding of who we are, whom's we are, and what we can accomplish when we're stronger together and we really show love to the sons and daughters of this city. But on this afternoon, that's our very own again, Mr. Master P. You're gonna hear from him. Give it up. Before I turn it over, I'm gonna just let you know a little bit about what this initiative will involve. This initiative will create a no-limit platform to stimulate entertainment and cultural opportunities, again, for the city of New Orleans and her residents. This will be a collaborative of New Orleans entertainment advisors for film, television, and music. This initiative will establish a Hollywood South collaborative and masterclass environment to teach entertainment business skills. Master P has the clout, you know that, to connect New Orleans to more major special events, opportunities at every single level. As I mentioned, from film to television to music, and really, there is no limit. We are excited that Master P will be joining us for our next NOLA Insight podcast and entertainment influencers that will be coming in mid-September. So we're going to take it on the road, informing our public and letting them know how they can plug in directly. But as the New Orleans ambassador, Master P will be a force multiplier for our culture, and most importantly, cementing this city on the world stage. See, you can't pick and choose when New Orleans is world class, when she's world class every single day. So we believe that connecting with the son of this city, who is a global superstar in name, will just solidify the partnership solidify where we can go together, and really demonstrate to this community that there is no limit. The most resilient people, I would say, in this country are from this city. And the world recognizes New Orleans in that vein. So without further ado, please, please again, put your hands together, give that warm love to our son, our ambassador of entertainment, Master P.
First of all, I want to say thank you, Mayor, for believing in me, and the city of New Orleans for believing in me. I grew up here, and I was able to take my business and my career all around the world to see what's going on. But to be here, to be a part of this culture, and to be a New Orleans native that can touch our people, touch our culture, show us that we don't have to be perfect, but we could grow. We stronger together. We talk about business, talk about economics, how we able to join forces together to help Blacks, whites, Asian, Latinos, and to get our piece of the pie. Because I feel like right now to bridge the wealth gap, it's a lot of things that we have to do to put money back into our culture, back for our people. We have to teach entrepreneurship, we have to teach leadership, and we have to focus on the younger people in this community. So we want to make money to put money back into the community to help the youth. That's the way we get less crime in our communities. We have people that look like us that could truly make a difference, create opportunities, create jobs for our people in the culture. And we're doing this through films, television, doing this through entertainment, but we're also doing this through business, because I want people to see what I was able to grew up in the projects in New Orleans and come to be able to change my life, educate myself, get out there and see more, and I want more for the city of New Orleans. So thank you guys for making me the ambassador. I'm gonna put God first, I'm gonna do my part, and as we have the Super Bowl come in, as we have Mardi Gras come in, as we have all these major events come in, we should be a part of this. I'm talking about people that look like us. People should be on the ground making things happen to keep the city going. So this is only the beginning. I thank you guys. There's truly no limit. I love New Orleans. I live it. I eat, sleep, dream it. When I'm out on the road, I'm telling people about our culture. And this is the way that today is about love. So thank you guys for having me, putting me in this position, and I'm up for the challenge to do my part. So business, entertainment, and education, that's what I'm focused on. So thank you guys.
You know, I know that people have a past, but I think it's a wonderful thing that we can evolve from our past. And, you know, not every celebrity's dreams come true. To go from the projects of New Orleans, Louisiana, to now being the entertainment ambassador of the city that you grew up in. Now listen, Little Rock, Arkansas ain't gonna get the Super Bowl, okay? First of all, we don't even have an NFL team. So listen, we had to have a whole new stadium for that. Would the Super Bowl in Little Rock, Arkansas be cool? Absolutely. But also too, we gotta deal with reality as well. But would it be cool for me to be the entertainment ambassador of Little Rock, Arkansas? Absolutely. And so, you know, to Master P, congratulations. And I think, Master P is known. Okay. He could do anything and everything, but the fact that this accomplishment he took time out for goes to show me that no matter how big he is around the world, it's about what matters to him. That's the biggest things that matter to him. So congratulations to the Master P for sure. Right here, as you can see, Master P and Mayor Latoya Cantrell launch a No Limit initiative. Mayor Cantrell also said they're leveraging the Super Bowl's worldwide platform to help launch an initiative to create another Hollywood hub outside Los Angeles. This initiative will create a No Limit platform to stimulate entertainment cultural opportunities. Cantrell explained this will be a collaborative of New Orleans entertainment advisors for film, television, music. I think radio is important as well. Podcasting is important as well. Digital media companies is important as well. This initiative will establish a Hollywood South collective, so I'm hoping Arkansas is a part of that as well, because I know Big J, he was known as Little JJ, but now he's known as Big J. He was on Just Jordan and Friday Night Slide Time Live, and we got Deion Cole and Leah Rashawn from Wayne to Exhale, and Cheryl Underwood, Maya Angelou, Brandon Lee, of course, many more people. But I hope that Hollywood South Collective is all of the South, not just parts of the South. That'll make it look good for the collaborative. A masterclass environment to teach entertainment business skills. Make them say, rapper launched a Southern rap movement in the mid-1990s through No Limit Records, which boasted a roster that included himself, his son Romeo Miller, Mystical, Slick, The Shocker, and Snoop Dogg. So congratulations on that. That is going to be huge. All right, y'all. More Virtual Tour Live coming at you right from the space right here and right now. From Rollout.com as well, Nike revives the Zoom Streak Spectrum Plus with new colorways. The original sneaker has inspired two new modern performance models. Nike's iconic Zoom Streak Spectrum Plus has made a significant comeback thanks to a collaboration with Supreme that reignited interest in this classic sneaker. Originally launched in 2003, the shoe was designed by Steven Smith and is known for its striking flame cover aesthetic. Now it serves as the inspiration for two modern performance models, the Nike Vaporfly 3 and the Nike Zoom Fly 6. Modern performance meets retro design. As reported by Sneaker News, both the Vaporfly 3 and Zoom Fly 6 feature graphic packages that pays homage to the early 2000s runner. The updated designs include a smaller outline swoosh, replacing the traditional oversized branding, and are adorned with the signature gradient flames that made the Zoom Streak Spectrum Plus a standout. Design performance, originally crafted as a lightweight, durable sneaker for performance runners in Japan, the Zoom Streak Spectrum Plus was a part of a series created for the Hakon Ikon, a prestigious week-long relay race. This historical context adds depth to the shoe's legacy, making its revival even more exciting for sneaker enthusiasts. While release details yet to be announced, while the buzz around these new colorways are palatable, specific release details and pricing for the Zoom Streak Spectrum Plus inspired Vaporfly 3 and Zoom Fly 6 have not been disclosed. Sneaker fans are eagerly awaiting further announcements. So this is what they look like here. Let me images. So this is what they look like here. And I do remember these actually, because I remember the ZM from the 90s. I do remember this. Yes, I do. And then here it is here, the Zoom Streak Plus right there. So it's coming back. And this is from StockX here. So I actually like that. I will actually wear that myself. So yeah, they are coming back. No release details as of yet. And then there's the Supreme logo right there. So very, very cool. And will be coming out soon. So when it does come out, I will definitely let you guys know for sure. So really, really cool stuff. All right, y'all. More Virtual Tour Live coming at you right from the space right here and right now. So after these two, after this story and this video, we're gonna take a commercial. Michigan to offer payment program for pregnant families in Kalamazoo. The partnership between KCF and RX Kids will offer the $500 monthly payment program to help Kalamazoo families during the baby's first year. Expected families in the community found Foundation KCF that will offer no string attack KCF during August 27th. Press conference revealed the foundation's partnership with RX Kids, which launched the first payment for Michigan 5. The program will offer pregnant families a one-time $1,500 payment, followed by a monthly payment of $500 throughout the child's first year. The universal payments are expected to cover the child's costs. However, there is no stipulations regarding how families may use the money. So that means you get the payment one time. So let's just see here. Let's just say you get the payment in January, right? So you get that. Let's do 500 times 11. That's 5,500. Get back to y'all real quick. Okay, there we go. Hey, Lady B, welcome in. So that is $5,500, right? So we take $5,500 plus $1,500. Y'all, that is $7,000 for new families. And I think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And that needs to happen more across the country. And people don't really recognize the financial wage gap and the financial disparity that is in this country, that, you know, women make less than men still, and that Black people, and I've said this about societal slavery of this is your role, know it and shut up, and they will not be equal opportunity when it comes to opportunity. So I'm glad that this has happened, even if it's just for the first baby each year. Now I know a lot of people saying, well, you know, what about the second year, the third year? Well, this is just a launching pad. And at least it's happening. You know what I mean? So we got to be able to look at the bright side. So let's see here. Alyssa Stewart, KCF's Chief Community Impact Officer, said the program reflects the RX Kids organization's values of love, trust, and dignity. These families are working hard, two to three jobs, are still struggling to make ends meet. She said, we know that if they are given a little help, they'll make great choices. They'll make the best choices that they can for their family. Stewart shared that the monthly $500 payment was decided based on studies showing how the impact of $500 can have on bills, and that is factual. Andrew Yang, who was a presidential candidate during the 2016 campaign, had this idea for universal basic income. And so this sounds like universal basic income. And I think universal basic income really could help America. Now, of course, there are going to be people who are going to abuse it, just like food stamps or Section 8 or whatever the hell. But I don't think just because those people abuse it should knock it out for people like me and Lady B and Tito with your girl and many other people, that having universal income could help out. You know, I mean, we could use that universal basic income to invest in our businesses. Some of us haven't taken a vacation in a while. Maybe we could use that universal basic income to go on vacation for our mental health. So there's different uses for that. That could definitely help out America for sure. According to American Heritage Credit Union, parents spend an average of $13,000 within the first year of their child's life. A report from Thrivent estimated first year's expenses to fall between $20,000 and $50,000. Expenses during the first 12 months with an infant can include furniture for a baby room, travel gear like a car seat and stroller, daily care such as diapers, wipes, and hygiene products, feeding equipment like bottles, formula pumps, milk storage, clothing, toys, childcare, and more. Having a baby is expensive regardless of your income. The program is supported by a $20 million, let me say that again 2 more times, $20 million temporary assistance for needy families fund. Private donors to the program include United Way of South Central Michigan, the Bronson Health Foundation, and the Stryker Johnson Foundation. Families who apply must provide proof of pregnancy and Kalamazoo residency. The 10 to 15-minute applications will open on the RX Kids website in January 2025. So if you know anybody in Kalamazoo, Michigan, let them know about this story that in January 2025 to apply. And I think that this is a wonderful, wonderful program. Now, this video right here. Okay. Sorry, ear popping. So this video right here. Now you see here it says America is trying to fix its maternal mortality crisis with federal, state, and local programs. So we're going to play this video here from the Associated Press. By the way, shout out to the Associated Press. They've been around since the 1800s. It's the world's longest running, oldest journalism organization, which is amazing. So here we go.
Him covering his face with his hand.
I'm very ready to meet him. I think about that every day. I want to be the first to greet him, when he comes in this world. So.
Tulsa is suffering. Black infant mortality and maternal mortality is huge in Oklahoma. We're talking about lives here. Healthy Start is a federally funded program that practices at the local level. Our mission is to reduce infant mortality and maternal mortality. We have 105 projects across the United States. We're all different according to our city needs, according to our community needs.
We work with moms prenatally up until the baby is 18 months old. Since we're officed in the OB clinic, we see them every time they come in for their OB appointments. So they're being seen every single time they come in by their Healthy Start worker. And I think that builds continuity for them. They know they're going to see me, and we're working with these moms to make sure they have a healthy pregnancy, a healthy baby, that their needs are being met throughout that time frame, that they get the resources they need to be successful.
There's your hands, placenta.
I have never seen any maternal mortality deaths in the 2 decades that I've been working with this program.
2 decades. 20 years.
It's been 6 years since I've been pregnant, and I forgot a little bit. Like if I have cramping, I know how to recognize it. I know how to now, if I need to go into the hospital, get, monitored, I know when to do that. I know how to monitor my baby's movements now. Materials, nuggets that I did not have before I started. I have professionals that are working with me and giving me support. And I didn't have that with my other pregnancies. There's people in this industry that do care. And I'm really glad about that.
So I want to show that there is real life happening out here in the world. Hey, welcome in everybody. Glad to have you here. Hey, welcome in everybody. Good rising, King Brandon, all the wonderful queens on this fabulous Wednesday. Just want to remind you to all have a fantastic day ahead. Much love to you, absolutely. Thank you so much, Cultural News Influencer. Lady B's in the building, P2 Ross as well. Mr. Denise, hey, Captain Venus, welcome in. I wanted to showcase that video because it goes to show that, whether it's mental health or maternal health or just health in general, that health has no color. And it boggled my mind when I first saw the Black mortality rates and how much Black life was stifled. It pissed me the fuck off. Because to me, this world is a game of hot potato. Okay, here's the hot potato of being black. Here's the hot potato on being a mother. Here's the hot potato on this, that, the third. And everybody wants to hold it, but you have to let it go. Because nobody can just let the potato just rest. Everybody wants to just have a piece of it. And nobody wants to just say, hey, you know what? Listen, I think everybody deserves a hot potato. Why do we have this one hot potato? Why are we just tossing it around? So I wanted to show this video because I know that in this particular sector, it's all reality TV. But I do believe that as a content creator, I do believe as a media personality, if you're trying to pursue that or trying to pursue whatever you want in your career, I don't think it is right to be so alert for what you want to see that you're not woke to see what needs to be seen. And like I said, for a sector full of black women, this story that I just showed and that last story about Kalamazoo, Michigan, that should be on other black women's channels. But this story should also be on black men's channels because guess what? Black women, black men, all of us, we should be promoting black life. And like I said, you know, I know a lot of people may say, well, Brea, this is not your issue to talk about. You can say that, but then again, I came from a black mom, so that makes it my business. My sister is a black woman. Whether she wants to have kids or not, that's going to be her responsibility and her right and her decision. But I want my sister to know that she has a brother that is supportive. And it has to get past the point of, well, black men can't talk about this. Black women can't talk about this. If we put a label on we can and cannot talk about, do you not realize there will not be a black voice to talk about anything black? Y'all do realize that, right? So if you're big mad that I'm talking about this story, how about you talk about it? But since you won't, let the people who need to hear this news hear the news and you shut the fuck up. Okay? Okay. Just saying. Because y'all can't say nothing to me when y'all are dragging a black mother, but yet y'all say leave the kids out of it. Leaving the kids out of it also means not dragging the mother. Leaving the kids out of it would mean not making fun of somebody who had a run-in with suicide. Leaving the kids out of it would not be saying my relationship with that person is a death to me or they're dead to me. So y'all fucking correct yourselves or shut the fuck up talking. Okay? Okay. Want to say Braylon does this, that, and the third, and he says women are this, this, and that. Guess what? You look at most of my stories on here, I talk about everybody. And I know I don't have to do this. I'm going to. Because I'm that transparent. I am. I'm that transparent. I have no problem doing it. Because like I said, money, circumstances, resources, opportunities, and decisions don't change people. It just amplifies what was already in you. Let me show y'all this. Now, this is my media kit. Hang on, let me zoom out. So this is my media kit in Brand Connect. Those are my stats. Here are my demographics. What do y'all see? What do y'all see? I got 0.2% from the Philippines, 0.3% from South Africa, 0.5% from the United Kingdom, 0.7% from Canada, 86.9%, basically 87% from the US. 25 to 34, 3%, 35 to 44, 12.8%, 45 to 54, 26.9%, 55 to 64, 37.6%, and 65 plus 19.8%. I want you to look at the gender over here. My male audience is growing, 18.1%, 82% female. Woo! I guess I want to have 82% female if females didn't really like what I was saying. Woo! Oh, by the way, I don't have people telling me to stop what I'm doing. If anything, I get messages like this. Anyway, we're going to take a little commercial break. And when we come back, we have Prince and Angela Floyd. We have Utah and then Alabama. And then I got your positive news story for the day. And y'all, the cast of Dancing with the Stars have been announced. And I'm going to talk about it. And we are going to talk about all this and more right after this. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We are live on Tour Road.
All day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, come on, drop it to the floor. Yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, come on, drop it to the floor. Yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor. Yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor. Yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
For Ramirez? Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classics, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Sweet morning dew, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. I come from nothing. Our son is your son. Welcome to the celebration. We all we got. That. Don't you leave here to go for happiness. I want you to leave here to show that.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
This is where our magic comes from.
They say if you dream a thing more than once,
Please, please, please.
it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young in heart. You helped make this dream come true.
I'm loving it.
Hey, I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brainley's virtual tour live. Glad to have all you here. We kicked off the morning with Jada Pinkett Smith saying that summer is ending and things are blooming, and there was an unidentified man on the back of a jet ski. No one cares. Master P, by the way, is the new entertainment ambassador for Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans, Louisiana. That'll be happening February 2025. So if Master P is the entertainment ambassador, you know is going to be big in entertainment for sure. And also, too, it's going to be a South Hollywood initiative or Hollywood South initiative and many more other things to come. Nike is coming back with a throwback. It's going to be called the Nike Streak Spectrum Plus. That shoe is coming back. Nike is bringing that shoe back. No details on that yet. And then Michigan is offering a second payment program to pregnant families. And we just watched this video about how the United States is trying to fix the maternal mortality crisis with federal, state, and local programs. And we watched this video from the Associated Press about Healthy Start that's been around for 2 decades, 20 years. So real things are happening in the world, everybody. All right, y'all. And also to showcase the fact that women do support Brainly. Yeah. At least people are actually happy to see me. Shocking. Not. Well, at least I have friends that actually know how to cook and don't have diseased, gut-ridden, and expired, molded, recalled egg rolls. And at least my place doesn't have any holes in the wall. Let's roll on. Anyway, from blackenterprise.com, Black Maryland couple at the center of legal battle over throwing home parties. The Floyd said that this hypervigilance from their neighbors is concerning in a world where Black people are routinely unalived by the police. Prince and Angela Floyd the parties at their home, which the pair refers to as Floyd, it states. According to the Washington Post, the Floyd's 2023 Father's Day party led to 18 noise complaints from neighbors to the police. That wasn't all between June of 20. With officers appearing at their doorstep 24 times. Lord Jesus. The Floyd said that this hypervigilance from their neighbors is concerning in a world where Black people are routinely unalived by the police. Prince Floyd, a 53-year-old Black man, told the Post, "It makes me feel Fred, like my life could be taken. The Floyds are simply bad neighbors." Neighbor Margaret Littlejohn, who is Black, told the Post her fiance is a defendant in the lawsuit filed by the Floyds. The couple, according to the Post, is demanding a jury trial membership to the Calvary Manor Civic Association, which represents 100 homes for unspecified amount of damages from 8 defendants, including Prince George County, a county police officer, the local civic association, and 5 of their neighbors. Are they targeting me? I go after my fiance, who happens to be a white male to make the narrative sound really good. So it's all evil people, all evil white people against the Floyds because they're black, Lil Jon said. This kind of dispute is a feature of the litigation involving the Floyds and their neighbors. Basically, every aspect of the lawsuit is contested by both sides, and those in the community say that the contentious nature of the agreements between the Floyds and their neighbors is unprecedented for the neighborhood. Regarding that 2023 Father's Day, the Floyds feel as though their neighbors could have just called them directly if they had problem with the noise level stuff involving the police. I do agree with that. The Floyd's home is lavish even by community standards. The 9,000 square foot home sits on almost 2 acres near Piscataway Bay. The couple purchased the home in 2020 for $700,000. The average home in the area was valued between $350,000 and $400,000 after renovation. The Floyd's home is now valued at $920,000, basically almost $1 million. Angela Prince's 49-year-old wife told the Post that the home where her family represents the possibility of what black people can gain access to in America. It's only by God's grace and mercy that we have this space, said Angela Floyd, who was raised in a trailer in Wendell, North Carolina. I believe this space gives others hope, and relatives travel from many states because we have a family member who actually realized what our ancestors have foreseen for us. The Floyds have received some support from black neighbors after they filed their lawsuit in June 2024. Monique Hagler told the Post that she had been harassed by police, which she said has appeared at her home over 20 times since 2022. I really regret buying this house. You should be able to enjoy your own backyard with your family and friends. The vow has taken its toll on the Floyds. According to the Post, Angela's hair has begun to fall from stress. They no longer host family celebrations, a reason why they purchased the home. According to the couple, they have heard the community's message loud and clear. It doesn't want them there. Now, here's the thing, right? My thing is this. It's their house, right? And to the woman that said that she had a white male, sweetie, just because you are black don't mean shit to white people, okay? You are still black. Good damn. See, that's the problem. There's nothing wrong with interracial day. I think interracial kids are beautiful and they should live as free as they want to be. However, don't forget that you black just because you married somebody white. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't you do that. Because listen, just because you get pulled over don't mean that you ain't still black. And guess what? Like, people throw parties, okay? Like, have y'all not heard of noise-proof canceling headphones? What y'all should have did was, hey, listen, we would like some peace and quiet. I'm sure they probably are a nice family. Or you know what? You could have wrote to Bose headphones, and guess what Bose could have done? They could have gave all y'all noise-canceling headphones for free. Because it would have been social media it would have been social capital for them, but no. So I do hope that this works out, but that's just ridiculous. That's just absolutely ridiculous, child. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Now, going from this story to this next story, trigger warning. I'm gonna put it up here. Trigger warning for this next story. Let's see here. You saw that on my thumbnail this morning. You did. Because yeah, Utah high school on the racist attire during this Utah school's blackout football game. Celebrate the students for the effort. Photos of the students were viral on social media, leading to the backlash. After calling attention to the insensitivity of the act, some parents told local news outlets about the blackface error does not resolve the issue. You couldn't know the significance of this, said right to KUTV. We all make mistakes, but in this age of social media and always being connected, there's just no way people didn't know. I'm a firm believer that ignorance is not an excuse. You do it in the moment the issue arises. You don't wait. I feel like this is a missed opportunity to educate. Wright know that racism is prevalent throughout Pineview and share that some of his 11 children have faced racial discrimination in the Washington County School District in the school system. According to Data USA, white people make up over 82% of the area's population. Right, and I have other children that attend schools here, and they've been called the N-word. We've had to go talk to principals about issues at school. Witnessing the instances of racism, other parents have created programs to educate students and faculty about how racism perpetuates. Stacey Fletcher, a former parent in the district, also withdrew her child from local schools after years of racist bullying. This is when we step forward and lean into it. What about that was harmful? How can I educate myself about blackface? You don't ask a black person to educate you on blackface. You can Google it if you don't understand. It is important to educate yourself, said Fletcher on this matter. Moreover, Steve Durham of the Washington County School District admitted that they must do better at preventing these instances. Whenever an instance like this comes up, it immediately shows us where we are weak and where we can do better. Durham said, we are going to step in and try to reinforce some things with all of our full-time educators, all of our part-time educators, and all of our staff, so we can feel like we've done the very best that we can. Okay, this is what you do. You did this. We're taking your Spirit Award away, and you are being suspended. Do this again, you will be expelled. End of discussion. That's quite simple. That is quite simple. What other conversation do we need to have? Wait, what? Yes, indeed. By the way, Miss Denise is a content creator. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to her. We have breaking news in Wonder Barrow County. It's all types of law enforcement ever present. Okay. Wonder Barrow County. Can you tell us the breaking news? Because I'm looking. I just looked it up on Google. I'm not seeing anything. They air flight people to the hospital. Oh my Lord Jesus. Oh my Lord Jesus. God bless them all. I hope everything turns out all right. Oh my Lord Jesus. And listen, y'all, I'm about right is right, wrong is wrong. Now, hey, healthcare workers, welcome in. Good to see you. Now, the conversation that I just said with y'all, we're taking your Spirit Award away. It's on Fox 5. Okay, hang on. Fox 5 Atlanta News. Is it about multi-lane crash? Or is it the high school? Oh, okay, hang on. I see it. Hang on. Okay. I got it. Hang on. Thank you. And like I said, y'all, right is right, wrong is wrong. That what I said, I think that's a very easy solution. We're taking your award away. And if you do, and if you know, you're suspended. If you do this again, you'll be expelled. That's it. End of discussion. Okay. Although sometimes you got to go there sometimes to say what needs to be said. But if we're trying to bring peace to the valley, then we got to just give consequences, okay? So let me send this story on over to myself here, and we'll pull this story up. Because y'all know we're live on tour. Anything can happen when we're live on tour, so give me a moment. Give me one moment to y'all. Ooh, excuse me. Hang on, y'all. Give me a moment. Laptop is laptoping. Give me a moment, y'all. Be a little bit slow this morning. Okay, hang on. Fox 5 Atlanta. I hope you guys are doing good for a Wednesday morning. Well, Wednesday afternoon now. It is 7 minutes after 12 p.m. on the East Coast. It is 11 a.m. down south, so I'm assuming it's still, 9 a.m. on the West Coast, 10 a.m. in the mountains, and I think it's like 6 a.m. in Hawaii. So good morning to all. Good afternoon to us over here on the East Coast. Glad to have all of you here. Just looking up a story here that's breaking news here on Virtual Tour Live. So give me a moment. News. All right, here we go, y'all. Give me one moment. Want to add this to the show because y'all know we're live on tour, where we go anywhere and everywhere within reason. So, all right, here it is, y'all. Breaking news: Woman 0. Appalachia High School, massive police presence at school. Students being released. Appalachia High School in Winder in Barrow County was put on a hard lockdown earlier because of a powwowing incident. According to school officials, the school was put on a hard lockdown because of the incident. Fox 5 Atlanta received multiple phone calls and messages about possible powwowing and has a crew on the way to the scene. Sky Fox 5 is flying over the scene. Emergency responders can be seen treating people at the school. At least 2 people were observed being put into helicopters and flown to hospitals for treatment. There are dozens of law enforcement officers at the school. Shortly before 11:30 a.m., the school told Fox News that the school had been cleared and students are being released to their families. Students may be picked up from the schools. Buses will also run for students need transportation to their homes. The school will share more information as it can. Barrow County Sheriff's Office told Fox News, I think this is Fox 5, not Fox News itself, but Fox 5, on multiple 10:30 a.m. They also confirmed they have taken one person into custody. FBI also confirmed that they have responded to the scene. FBI Atlanta is aware of the current situation at Appalachia High School in Barrow County. Our agents are on the scene coordinating with and supporting local law enforcement. Governor Brian Kemp, which really should be Stacey Abrams because he stole that election, but that's neither here nor there, has issued a statement on Twitter. According to the U.S. And World Report, there are approximately 1,900 students enrolled at the school as one of 2 high schools in the Barrow County Public Schools District. The school is located about 40 miles northeast of Atlanta. Other schools in the area include Haymar Morris Middle School and Yargo Elementary School is not known at this time if those schools were placed on lockdown as well. The story is breaking. Please check back for updates. Please be aware that information may change. Just new information received. If you have additional information, pictures, or video, email newstipsatlanta@fox.com. This is what Brian Kemp has said, the governor. I have directed all available state resources to respond to the incident at the Appalachia High School and urging all Georgians to join my family in praying for the safety in our classroom, both in Barrow County and across the state. We will continue to work with state the situation. Or how about y'all do what y'all need to do, all you governors and everybody in the government, and just do massive background checks and put pow control legislation in, so we won't have stuff like this. How about that? That would be smart. Because God forbid if it's one of the governor's kids that goes to one of these schools. And that's the thing, like, people don't recognize that it could impact your home. I'm not wishing that. I'm just saying what needs to be said. Okay. This child. Let me see what y'all are saying in the live chat here. Hang on a second, a little long on my phone. Hang on, let me go into my YouTube or my mobile. Okay. Y'all, I'm listening, working, watching reruns of Grey's Anatomy, crying at the same time. Emotions make me cry sometimes, for sure. Praying for all the children, staff, and parents, absolutely. I'm already emotional this morning. I'm crying a river a minute with prayers up for sure. Appalachia High School active with sirens everywhere. It's near Athens and Snellville, Georgia. And thanks everyone for the prayers. It is no problem at all. Our first lady. Like I said, we recognize Joe Biden and Jill because Jill is a school teacher. She is a professor. We recognize Joe Biden. We recognize Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, and that's all we had. I don't know anybody else who was president and first lady. I don't know. In the words of Keke Palmer, if I saw this person out on the street, I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man. Try and pull up the video here. If it won't pull up, I'll just pull up on my phone and then play it. Okay, it looks like the video may be coming up here. Hang on. I was doing the same. Oh, okay, hang on. All right, y'all. So here is live video here. Hang on, let me pull it up for y'all. So there is live video right there. That is live in real time right now. In Georgia, you see SWAT, FBI, everybody there. I'm trying to get it on here for y'all. If it will. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. So they are live there, as you can see. We'll pull up on full screen here. So that is live right now. That is courtesy of Sky Fox 5 on the helicopter at Fox 5 there. So school is surrounded. Hopefully everyone is all right for sure. So this just happened about an hour ago. Breaking news here on Virtual Tour Live by way of Divine Virtuous Woman. Of course, don't worry, we will get to our destination about Alabama. We're just taking time out for some breaking news right now here on Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here. I'm your host and tour guide, Brandon Lee here, and these are the virtual travelers, the virtual tour family, the legendary tourists, the world's legendary Alpha MC, or as Lee CW would say, the tour fam. Glad to have all you here. If you're here for the realness of this channel, the vibe and the soul, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button for all, so that way you know when we go live on tour or upload a video. We are looking live in Georgia right now at Appalachia High School. As you can see, that is a helicopter because there are people getting airlifted to the hospital. There was a pow situation this morning at Appalachia High School this morning, around 11:30 a.m. This morning. So 30 minutes into Virtual Tour Live, this happened in Georgia. So we are live looking at a live view from Sky Fox 5 in Atlanta, Georgia. So that's where we are right now, y'all. And by the way, can I just say shout out to all the news. If you have a news copter, shout out to the pilots. There have been some people to lose their lives doing this. It's not easy work, but those helicopter pilots are very important. And this is the football field here, so I'm assuming that there are faculty, staff, students. I'm assuming some parents are probably down there as well right now. So yeah, very active Wednesday morning for them in Georgia. I'm looking at on my phone here, and now I'm seeing a paramedic EMT van there. Looks like there's some students walking. This is what I'm looking at. Y'all right here. So I don't know if y'all can see it. So it's a little behind, but that's the this is the live view right here. And there it is there. So I got this from Fox 5. So just type in Fox 5 Atlanta on Google and then click the news tab, and then that will be the first story that pops up. So yeah, we are live right now on tour in Georgia. There has been an active pow situation at Appalachia High School around 11:30 a.m. this morning. And we found out about the breaking news thanks to our virtual traveler, Divine Virtuous Woman Zero here. So this is a live view of Appalachia High School, courtesy of Sky Fox 5 helicopter from Fox 5 in Atlanta, Georgia. So a very, very tragic situation. I hope everyone is all right. I'm glad they have somebody in custody. And like I said, it is so sad that you cannot even go to school to get education because you are worrying about living more than investing in your brain. So yeah. Whew. In the live view. The first circle is FBI, GBI, State Patrol, and several surrounding police present. Thank you for that context there, Divine Virtuous Woman Zero. So yes, indeed. So it's a little delayed. but now the live view is the football stands now. So that is a live view there, the football stand there in Georgia there. So on my phone, it's a little bit more of an accurate view. So after this, it's going to go to the football field. So we'll keep you updated on this. If there's any more updates on this, we'll definitely give you that for sure. So thank you, Divine Virtuous Woman Zero, for that destination. So 8 destinations this morning for you guys, for sure. All right, y'all. More Virtual Tour Live coming at you right from this space right here, right now. This story right here is gonna make you excited. It's gonna make you happy, and goes to show Alabama has always been the town of Hoboken City, Alabama. As you can see here, Hoboken City is Alabama's first incorporated black city. The area was first known as Moore Quarter, a black settlement that was part of Oxford, Alabama, after a man was elected to stop blacks from participating in elections. After this election, he went to the state capital, Montgomery, and had the corporate boundaries of Oxford redrawn, excluding Moore Quarter. With the help of Ross Black and Aniston attorney, the colored citizens filed a petition on July 20th, 1899, with the Calhoun County probate judge to become a separate municipality. After proper legal proceedings, the town was incorporated August 16th, 1899. The municipality was called Hoboken City after the Spanish-American War hero Richard P. Hoboken. Thus, Hoboken City became the second municipality in the South, controlled and governed by entirely colored people. At the time of its incorporation, the pop continued on the other side. So, with that being said, Alabama's first official black town celebrates 125th Founders Day. Hoboken City, Alabama celebrates 125 years of being the state's first official black town. Hoboken City, Alabama recently celebrated a major anniversary as the state's first official black town. The town, located between Oxford and Aniston, held its 125th Founders Day along with recognizing 2 Aniston natives, the 16th U.S. Surgeon General Dr. David Snatcher, and Alabama Representative Barbara Bixby Boyd. Democrat Aniston. Alabama News Center reports Hoboken City was founded on August 16th, 1899. For 125 years, the town's Hobson City has been the cornerstone to the heritage of generations of African American families in Alabama. Terry Smiley, Vice President of Alabama's Powers Eastern Division, said the legacy of individuals within Hoboken City have made an impact far beyond the municipal lines. Smiley added, "It is a privilege to partner with Mayor Alberta McCrory to help celebrate the town's history, as well as honor both Dr. Barbara Boyd and Dr. David Snatcher for their significant contributions to our community, state, and county." Hoboken City began as a small quarter. It served as one of the first places in the state where the black community had significant voting influence. Once a black candidate successfully won the position of Justice of the Peace, the Oxford mayor honored a promise to request the state of Alabama to redraw the corporate boundaries. As a result, McCoy was officially incorporated and renamed Hop. To celebrate the 125th Founders Day celebration, McCrory spoke to an enthusiastic crowd at a spirited gospel show at the local park. We've been talking about doing this for some years now. McCrory told attendees having a gospel show out here in the park has finally come to fruition. We came to praise the Lord, uplift the name of Jesus, and celebrate our 125 years of history. Along with the gospel show, other celebratory events include a community night, a Stop the Violence fashion show coordinated by Vanessa Iron, and a ceremony to honor local citizens for their contributions to maintain and promote Hoboken City. Congratulations to Hoboken City for 125 years and being the first Black municipality in I'm sure you mentioned that. All right, y'all. So, jam-packed show this morning, per usual. And then, of course, Dancing with the Stars, y'all. All new season. I think it's the 33rd season of Dancing with the Stars is on the way. Now, of course, it was on Disney Plus. That was kind of a dumb decision to me. I mean, I get they're trying to expand, their library, but a really good way to expand it is by giving, new people a chance. Like, I know that Disney is trying to find a way to use user-generated content to add to Disney Plus. So, with that being said, don't worry, y'all. I am looking right now. There is a stretcher being used right now. I don't think anybody is on the stretcher, not that I'm seeing. Maybe there's a person. But yes, they are still active right now. They have tables for people to check in. I'm assuming, I guess. So it's still active right now. So. I don't know why my laptop is being what it is this morning. Well, oh, okay. Now what's that?
Now to the moment.
The one and only Michael Stray.
For judges.
Sir. Carrie Ann Naba, Derek Huff, Julianne Huff, brother and sister there. Derek Huff, Julianne Huff, brother, sister there. And Alfonso Ribeiro.
So ready. She's so ready.
Hang on. Or I guess we'll just have to play it and allow it to load. Actually, you know what? Hang on one second now, because I know that GMA's YouTube channel has that. Hey, no way in hell GMA would not have it. Yep, okay, hang on, y'all. So this is what we'll do. Oh, wait a minute, it's loading. Okay. So while it does that, let me see what y'all are saying in the live chat here. What happened? I'm still trying to find out. Apparently, it was a pow situation this morning, at the school. So, at the Appalachia High School this morning. So, trying to wait for this thing to load here. Oh, by the way, since we are talking about being live and stuff, y'all do not stream Melody's TikToks anymore, okay? She wants people to be able to go over and see her TikToks. That way her TikTok can increase, okay? So just to let y'all know that. So I feel her in one way, but also too, I think somebody said in Captain Venus comment section, not every seasoned person is good with technology, so that's why we stream it, so that way they can just log on YouTube and watch it. But also, I get her point of view as well. So. Let me go to YouTube. They have a little too long on their website, so we'll just go to the GMA YouTube channel. There we go. I've seen it for the road. Okay, here we go.
Now to the moment we've been waiting for. Judges, hosts, are you ready? So ready. She's so ready.
Season 33.
Are you really ready?
I'm really ready. Are you
I
ready?
don't feel ready. I am ready. Is she ready? I have no idea. Are you ready?
Hello,
I'm ready.
Let's do it, Michael. Are you ready?
Dancing with the Stars is full of surprises. After a gut-wrenching finale, the Bachelorette is getting on a plane to join the cast. It's Jen Tran. And let's go for the gold.
I'm going to pommel that dance floor.
He mastered the pommel horse, and now he's ready to master the dance floor. Get ready for Olympian Steve.
Oh my God! This is game over. He's an Olympian.
Fame in a '90s cult classic.
9:02, perfect 10.
Now she can't wait to jive right into the ballroom. It's Tori Spelling. You love this TV dad on Family Matters. Nothing can Urkel this guy on the dance floor. It's Reginald Bell Johnson.
I hope Urkel doesn't interrupt my dancing.
Of course, Jaleel White should make an appearance.
He's on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
Good morning, America.
It's supermodel Brooks Nader.
Engineers, do not just quote.
Next up, this Academy Award nominee is a total knockout.
It's going to be a miracle if I win this mirror ball, but I'm going for it.
Welcome to the dance floor, Eric Roberts. She made international headlines as a convicted felon.
You think you know me, but you don't.
Now she's determined to make the greatest comeback.
Oh yeah,
of all
I did
time.
see something
Jury
in
rules, it's
New
time
York
for Anna
Post. She's a
Delvey
fake
to hit the
heiress,
dance
apparently.
floor.
She got like a
Morning, America. Wake up.
This next star is a slam dunk.
Got to get one up quick. Howard hammers it home.
Watch out, world, for Dwight Howard.
I'm ready to slam dunk this season. Let's go.
We can't wait to see her howl on the dance floor.
Watch out, America.
It's zombie star Chandler Kinney. This next star left it all out on the rugby field.
I'm ready for this competition.
Now this Olympian will give it her all when she waltzes into the ballroom. It's Ilona Maher. The temperature is heating up. This heartthrob leading man handed out his final rose.
Will you marry me?
Now he hopes to salsa his way right to that mirror ball trophy.
I'm trading roses for the mirror ball.
It's the Bachelor's Joey Graz today. This next NFL player has the moves in the end zone.
Amendola for the touchdown.
These dance moves are a touchdown.
And now he can't wait to dominate an Argentinian tango. It's wide receiver Danny Amendola.
Oh, my Lord, sweet baby Jesus.
And finally, let's go, girls.
Not Ekansu, Lord, not Ekansu.
Yeah. This Southern Belle might be the busiest businesswoman in reality TV.
When it comes to my family, I'm the judge.
And no challenge will stop her.
I'm going from a trader to ballroom champion.
Get ready to cha-cha with Phaedra Parks.
Never gonna know.
Season 33 of Dancing with the Stars starts right now.
This is going to be interesting.
Louder.
I bet you they were there at 3:45 a.m. rehearsing, okay? And that was all live this morning on Good Morning America, y'all.
Wow, thank you guys. What an amazing dance number. All right, now we know the pros, we know the celebrities, but let's see who's being coupled. Who's dancing with who? You ready?
Ready.
All right, here we go, everybody. Jenna and Bachelor Joey Draziday. Alan and Olympian Ilona and actor Eric Roberts. And supermodel Brooke Snyder. Now in Real Housewives, Phaedra Parks.
This should be a good time.
Whitney and NFL superstar Danny Amendola. Ezra and Anna Delvey. Emma and Family Matters star Reginald Bell Johnson. Brandon and actress Chandler Kinney. Renee is coupled with Olympian Steven Nerozic. Pasha and 90210 darling Tori Spelling. And Sasha and Bachelorette Jen Tran. How about Daniela and NBA superstar Dwight Howard?
There it is.
All right, there we go. That is the cast of season 33, everybody. This is the cast. Hey, so that question. Hey, judges, what score do you give the cast?
Okay. Let me look into my crystal ball.
Let me see that. What do you say?
I think we have a fantastic season for season 33.
Let's go. I think we have a little bit of everything, don't you?
That's great. Juliana, what do you two think of the lineup?
What do we think of this season?
Yeah, the lineup.
First
What do
of
you think?
all, I just keep seeing all these beautiful faces and just go out there and have so much fun because this is a family and we're so excited that you're part of it. This is
and work very, very hard. Work very, very hard. If you don't work hard, you won't get results. It's a
Fantastic lineup.
And there it is. So that is the cast of Dancing with the Stars. So here they are a little bit more up close. Phaedra Parks will be on the cast. I think Phaedra has her audience, you know what I mean? So I think, the Bravo artists will definitely come through. And not to mention, too, I don't think a Bravo celebrity has ever won Dancing with the Stars. I mean, I could be wrong. I know the Bravo community will check me, but, football stars have done very well. Emmitt Smith has won, so definitely a shot there. But here's the thing, right? I get that they want to cross promote The Bachelor and Bachelorette with Dancing with the Stars, but child, not everybody needs to take the deal, but I guess you got Bachelor and Bachelorette. Now, let me tell you, the Olympians, rugby, you definitely have to be able to move your feet, and shout out to Alana Marr. She definitely got some curves on for sure, so I think rugby definitely will definitely have an impact for sure. Do not know this young lady, but hey, I mean, listen, acting, definitely you're on your feet for sure. Anna Delvey, now she was known as, she was a fake heiress. and she was convicted of 8 counts, including grand larceny and theft of services. She was sentenced to 12 years in prison, fined $24,000 in order to pay nearly $200,000 restitution. She was released for good behavior in February 2021. So there you go there. Now, this brother, I don't really know him too well, but he's an actor, so shout out to that. Oh, brother of Academy Award winning actress Julia Roberts. Okay, did not know that. Then, of course, you have Brooks Nader, is a swimsuit model there. That's what's up. Now, this one I'm excited for because, honestly, what I hope will happen, and I remember when just Chado was on Dancing with the Stars, I was hoping for One Day at a Time to be on ABC because I loved One Day at a Time on Netflix. Oh my God. Enjoy the view. Keep on doing what you do. The theme song from Gloria Estefan is amazing. But hopefully we'll see Jaleel and Joanne Payne and the cast there supporting Reginald V. Johnson. And listen, maybe Family Matters can come back, to ABC, with this appearance. You know what I mean? Tori Spelling, of course, y'all know her from 91210. And Jen Tran, she was just on The Bachelorette, and she got her heart broken literally last night. That she proposed to Devin, which there's this thing about women not being able to propose to men. I think, hey, listen, couples gonna do what they want to do, but then after that, apparently Devin pulled back. Did not call and invest. So to go on national television just to get your heart broken like that, that's not cool. And not to mention, she became the first Asian American lead. So while she has her heart broken, she's got a long career ahead of her. So very excited for her. And then, of course, Dwight Howard, y'all know that he has had some controversy with his, not controversy with his sexuality, but sexual assault allegations and things of that energy. And then this brother is a gymnast. Gymnasts are usually very big. I think what was that woman's name? I can't remember her name for the life of me. But the young lady that commentated on commentated during the Olympics, she I think won Dancing with the Stars. So it looks like a good panel. It will premiere on September 17th at 7 Central, only on ABC and Disney Plus, with episodes streaming on Hulu the next day. So there you go. All right, y'all, back to the situation here in Atlanta, Georgia, at Appalachia High School here. I'm going to turn off my camera, too, because we've done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. Hang on, I'm going to try to refresh it. All right, here. So here it is here. What we know.
Vehicles there still on the side of the road. I'm wondering if you can set the scene where it stands right now. Are those parent vehicles on the side of the road? Some people walking along
Michael,
there?
it's over here. What they've been doing all
and maybe you can catch one of them behind you, Kevin.
Some people have been a little obviously upset because they're trying to get their kids. I want to make sure they get an opportunity to find out what's going on with the kids. But we're going to walk down this way and walk along the street where they were trying to get people to park. so they could clear this way all the way back, probably about 2 miles now, really. They were telling people to park and walk down because this area was crowded up with parents who got the first word to come down to the campus. And hopefully we can try to talk to some folks. Ma'am, tell me, what did you hear? You here to pick up a child?
Yes.
What's your name, ma'am?
Ayla Rutherford.
Miss Rutherford, I'm sorry about what happened here. Can you give me an idea what you heard and how did you know to come down here?
My son texted me and said someone shot a teacher, and then he just said they were on lockdown, and then the school said that we can come get them, but then my son said that 4 people got hurt or died.
Okay, well, of course, we don't know that at this point. I can tell you that we know that one person was air flighted to Grady back in the city, back in Atlanta right now. So we're trying to confirm all the other details. Give me an idea what that lockdown situation was. What was your child doing?
I asked him, was he in a room or in a bathroom? He said that they were currently outside the last time he texted me.
What time did he hear? Did he hear gunshots?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you think he's okay at this time?
Yeah, he's like, come get me. And I told him I had to walk because I parked all the way down the road.
All right. Fortunately, there's a cool day today, so we can do that walk. Yeah. How are you right now?
I'm just worried about him, like what he saw or how he's feeling.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you take care of your child. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, so you hear it there. Folks have been told to come down, pick up their kids. We can see here law enforcement getting out of their vehicle, trying to process what's going on here. This is the GBI, as we can tell right there, walking past Gwinnett County Police Car. Tom?
Incredible perspective there from that parent, Kevin. Great information gathering. We'll get back to you as soon as you learn more.
And we also just received word that Mayor Andre Dickens has issued a statement about what happened. I'm reading this off to you now. He says, "My prayers are with the high school students, staff, and families affected by the senseless act of violence in Winder, Georgia. I've been in contact with Chief Shearbaum, and the Atlanta Police Department has been working with Atlanta Public Schools Police Department to bolster patrols around our schools for the rest of the day out of an abundance of caution. APD has also been on standby in case law enforcement agencies need assistance with this incident. May God comfort the victims and their loved ones in the difficult days ahead." And I think we also have a statement coming in from a congressman as well, right, Tom?
Representative Mike Collins, Leanne, and I praying for the victims, the families, the students at Appalachia, extending their gratitude to the law enforcement there for their swift action to secure the grounds. He has spoken to Sheriff Smith, by the way, Judd Smith, the sheriff up there, and he was telling him that Representative Mike Collins saying that he's available to assist in any way possible at the federal level, and that they're going to continue to monitor updates as prudent. But when you reflect on Kevin Stewart's live reporting there, his ability to speak to one of those parents walking today's technology, she's able to talk to her kid and say, "Hey, I'm okay, I'm in a bathroom, this is what I heard happened, but come pick me up."
I can't imagine being a parent myself, just knowing that feeling in your gut of just needing to get there to collect your student. And that's why these parents are walking 1.5 miles, 2 miles down the road, because they're all trying to get there at the same time. Of course, there's a large law enforcement presence as well, but 2,000 students waiting for their parents to come get them on what's probably been the scariest day of their lives. And you feel for them. And we mentioned some of the statements coming in. We've also gotten statements from the White House press office, which told us that President Biden has been briefed by his Homeland Security advisor on the tragic shooting at Appalachia High School in Winder, and his administration will continue coordinating with federal, state, and local officials. We also got a statement in from Gwinnett County Public Schools. Now, this, of course, happening in Barrow County, but Gwinnett County Public Schools also sent out a statement saying the safety and security of our students and staff is a top priority. We are committed to fostering a safe learning environment where all students can thrive. We are deeply saddened by the tragic school shooting that took place in Barrow County today. While this incident did not directly involve our district, we understand it may cause concern and anxiety. Please know we are taking the situation very seriously. In close partnership with local law enforcement, our school resource officers have increased increased patrols around our schools to ensure that our students and staff feel secure. So now we know for sure that Gwinnett County Public Schools and Atlanta Public Schools also have increased police presence out there as well. Just as a result of this, of course, no other schools, including in Barrow County, have been affected by this directly, but just seeing that response from our other local school districts that are also, of course, sending their thoughts and prayers, sending their support, but doing what they can to protect their students during this troubling time as well. And I'm sure we'll also being directed to help during this time. And the governor said he's sending all the resources he can too.
Yeah, so it's a massive collective response. It's extraordinary to hear how many people and agencies, both at the local, the state, and the federal level, swarm in on a situation like this to try to control and contain it. Just to give you a little bit of perspective for our viewers who are watching, who may not know exactly where all of this is unfolding, Barrow County is just a little bit west and north of Athens, right between Athens and the perimeter of 285, and just north and east of our viewing area. So, if you're to draw a triangle, Barrow sits right between, sort of more on the Athens side, but right in between 285 and Athens, slightly to the north. So this is where all of this, just to give you some geographical perspective, where all of this is unfolding. But when you think about the distance between Metro Atlanta and Athens and where this is all located, and the heap of authorities who were able to be on this campus after this shooting broke out just after 10 o'clock this morning, it's quite extraordinary to see the cooperation and control and sort of the maintaining of the aftermath of the situation.
And now we're also learning a little bit about that reaction. This has only happened a little bit more than 2 hours ago. We spoke with a neighbor who saw and heard this commotion. We want to direct you now to their interview.
I was chilling in the backyard and we heard gunshots, and next thing you know, we are alerted that my old school is getting shot up. So that was very sad. We then saw and heard a bunch of cops running down here.
Again, that neighbor said they heard the gunfire. And just to reiterate what we know, because a lot has been developing over the last hour or so that we've been on the air, this all started at around 10:30, a little bit before 10:30 this morning. That's when the Barrow County Sheriff's Office got that initial call about a reported active shooting at Appalachia. Reported, as we told you, within the last 30 minutes or so, it was confirmed that the gunshot wound to Grady Memorial Hospital, where Fox 5 Angelique Proctor is standing by. She told us that she heard helicopter noises at around 11.
Given when we saw that stretcher come out of the school over to Grady, so presumably that might have been the victim coming to school. How many victims are there? Well, we're just still, we do know that between are much calmer on the campus right now. We know that their association to the school at this point is unknown, whether it was a current student, a former student, or somebody completely unrelated to the campus there. The identity of the victim is not known, or how many there are is still not known. It's quite a fluid situation. Our Kevin Stewart is live on the campus. He's been with parents who have been having to walk quite a distance from where they're able to park onto campus, because as you can imagine, getting close to this campus in a vehicle is tough. Let's get out to Fox 5's Brooke Zahner, who's covering.
Hey, everybody. We are live on tour here. This is breaking news
just getting
here.
here on scene. Obviously, as you can imagine, this is really chaotic. We are seeing cars that are
This
lining
happened
the
at
street. We're
Appalachia
about a
High
mile
School. There was a
down
pow
from the high school, so we're just going to show you what we can see from our vantage
situation
point. You
this
can see
morning
that
at
this road
11:30
has
a.m.
since blocked
live
off. So
from
what we're
Fox
noticing is
5
that a lot of the
in
parents
Atlanta. Glad to have you all
and
here.
presumably some of the students are walking. We're at the intersection right now of Floyd King Road and Carl Bethlehem Road. This is where Appalachia High School is, about a mile, a little over a mile or so from where we are right now. So we literally just got here on the ground. we are not able to get any closer than this. Obviously, we can walk up at some point and get a little bit closer, but at this point, you can see that there are officers directing traffic through this intersection. They are not letting anybody through. I'll tell you, on the drive here, it was a long drive, and it was, I would say, about 24 or so, at least, if not more, officers were passing us by, have their sirens blaring, obviously trying to get to this scene as quickly as possible. I noticed Georgia State Patrol troopers were on the scene, Department of Public Safety, surrounding counties, Gwinnett County Sheriff's officers are here as well, Gwinnett County Police, so multiple agencies coming here and responding. So again, we are about a mile away, if you're just tuning in, from where the school is, Appalachia High School, and you're noticing all of these people, presumably parents, students, that are coming through this area, trying to make sure, obviously, that their kids are okay. We've seen people that are just sitting here in the cars, waiting and presumably trying to get the all clear from these officers to respond. And you're looking right now at Georgia State Patrol troopers as they work their way towards the high school right now. Obviously, very fluid situation, very chaotic. We've had a parent that walked by just moments ago and said, these are our kids, guys. These are our kids. So you can just imagine the heightened amount of anxiety that this has for parents, students, people in this area. This is a very small community. So this is obviously a very scary situation. We're still trying to learn all of the details about what happened. We know that the president has been informed about this as well. So it's just a very chaotic scene right now here. Again, we're doing our best to try to talk to people. We were at one of the other area high schools before we got here. Well, many of them just showing up, not really knowing what's going on. We're told that it was precautionary to go to those other schools, and you hear that there is a shooting in your district, in your community, so that the kids are okay. So, a distance from the school, about a mile or so, where you're seeing that traffic that is currently being diverted off onto Hoyt King Road. Can't go any further than that to get to the school.
So here's what we know, you guys. Appalachia High School was put on a hard lockdown because of a powwowing. The school is located in Winder, Georgia, about 40 miles northeast of Atlanta. Grady Memorial Hospital confirmed that they received one POW shot victim from the school. School has given the all clear, and students were released to families, and one person was taken into custody. Kemp, Governor Brian Kemp, has issued a statement. So we watch this live from Fox 5. This is Fox 5 News at noon.
I've never seen anything like this in
Brooke, yeah, it is extraordinary. Every time they happen, it's we never get used to situations like this. Behind you, as you set the scene there, you said authorities are blocking the entrance to that school, which makes me wonder, as you said, parents on edge. They're nervous about their kids. A lot of them have spoken or texted with them. So I presume that they're parking somewhere behind you and having to walk. How far of a distance is it from where you're standing and that road is blocked off to the actual campus?
Yes, it's a good question, because as we were getting closer, we knew we were going to hit a roadblock at some point or another. And when I looked at Google Maps, it was about 1.2 miles or so from where we're standing right now. So that gives you a real perspective of how far it is. We can't see, from where we are. Obviously, we can't see the school, but what you are seeing is all of those parents, people in the community going towards where the activity happened here earlier this morning. So you're looking at, we've just seen this since we've gotten here, just several people just wanting to get obviously as close as they can, make sure that their children are okay. Law enforcement obviously has this lockdown pretty hard right now as the response continues. But yeah, very chaotic scene. I know we talked to some parents also, but we were at Winder Barrow High School where we were earlier, and they were just really shaken up. You could see, students coming towards you, K-9 units out there as well, and that was a school 10 miles away from where we are right now. So that also gives you kind of the perspective of just how serious law enforcement was taking this, wanting to make sure that the other students are safe in this area, parents in a panic as well. So we're going to continue to gather some more information for you guys, try to talk to some of these parents that are pulling up right now, maybe just some of them leaving work and trying to make sure that their kids are okay and get to them as quickly as they possibly can. So for now, that is the latest here, guys. I'll send it back to you, but of course, we'll keep you posted out here.
Brooke, thank you so much. Just imagining what those parents are going through. And we know you're going to gather more for us out there live on the scene. We appreciate that live report. Just thinking about a 20-minute walk. Once you finally get there, then you have to walk 20 minutes to get down to your student, and thinking about exactly what those students told Brooke. Those are our kids down there. A lot of difficult feelings today. I do want to emphasize, though, just for folks who might just be tuning in, that at this time, that school has been cleared. They actually cleared it at least an hour ago at this point. So the school is cleared. They did already apprehend what they're saying is one suspected gunman at this time. There's no word on if there is a search for anybody else or if that's the only person that law enforcement is looking for. And just to keep everyone apprised of what we know so far, one gunshot wound victim was taken from Appalachian High School to Grady Memorial Hospital. We know that one person was life flighted. We believe that was the person taken to Grady Memorial. We do also know that other people were loaded up in an ambulance on the scene there, and we're told that there are multiple casualties. No word on exactly how many or how serious those injuries are.
Yeah, it's tough to piece it all together until we get official word from authorities, but the situation clearly still unfolding here for us. Kevin Stewart was just on the scene talking to that 1.5 mile walk onto campus and how she communicated with her son and what he had told her about what had happened on campus. He did tell her what he thought might have happened. Those details still unconfirmed, and we certainly don't want to report anything that we don't know for sure yet, or that we haven't heard from authorities. But the early information that we've gotten is that at least one victim was shot, transported to the hospital, condition unknown, and a gunman is in custody.
And we also know we have our crews on the scene. You just heard from Fox 5's Brooks Honor. We also talked to Fox 5's Kevin Stewart earlier. He spoke to another parent out there about her just trying to collect her son. Take a listen.
My son texted me and said someone shot a teacher, and then he just said they were on lockdown, and then the school said that we can come get them, but then my son said that 4 people got hurt.
This Fox 5's Kevin Stewart talking to parents. What a remarkable scene if you think about it. You know, and you're a parent and you see shootings like this happen. But in the back of your mind, you say to yourself, gee, thank goodness it would never happen to my child on my child's campus. And then it does. And then the dramatic scene, if you will, of not being able to sort of drive right up the campus to figure out what's been going on, but being stopped by police and saying, no, we know there's chaos over there, but you got to walk 1.5 miles to retrieve your kid.
And you know those students have been texting and calling their parents, probably desperate for them to come and collect them. On a day like this, that's all you want is for your parents to come and get you, and to know that they're so close and yet feel so far away that they have to make that long walk to go collect their students. I'm sure the parents' minds are racing, just wanting to be reunited with their students, which we know will be somewhat of a process. This is 2,000 kids roughly that will be reunited with their parents, and those parents who can't collect their students, those students will be taken home on buses today. But you can even see how quickly they're walking as quickly as they can and only get their kids back in their arms. And of course, just another high school not impacted directly by what happened today. We're also hearing of other area high schools that have increased happened over here at Appalachian High School. I mentioned that the mayor said that Atlanta police, Atlanta Public Schools, Gwinnett County Public Schools also released a statement saying that they are going to have increased. I do want to emphasize just once again, in the sake of clarity for everyone, are precautionary lockdowns happening at other Barrow County schools. There are no other issues at other schools. All the other Barrow County.
It's breaking up a little bit, but there are other schools in the school.
Precautionary lockdown, and the actions that other superintendents, those are precautionary as well. It's just a
Okay, so there is somebody there again airlifted to Grady Hospital. What the Anchor is saying is that there's other schools in the school district that was not impacted by this. It was just this particular school, Appalachia High School.
Days now from the presidential election. School shootings always on the minds of lawmakers, and certainly an issue with politicians, each party responding to situations like this obviously very differently. And so wondering if any response, if at all, will come out of the two presidential candidates who are scheduled to debate on stage up in Pennsylvania on Tuesday next week. We know President Joe Biden has been informed of what's been going on campus and offered the state any federal resource necessary in the aftermath of the shooting. But politics plays a role in the wake of situations like this. And so it'll be interesting to see if the two candidates address this and what the fallout politically might be.
No, without a doubt. And like you said, the president has been briefed by Homeland Security. So, okay. And we're just getting word right now. We want to bring it back out to Fox 5's Angelique Proctor, who's live at Grady Memorial Hospital. Angelique, we're told that you have an update for us.
Agents have arrived. This is certainly a new development. They did, in fact, confirm with me that they are here in connection with the Appalachia High School shooting. They said they could not make a statement, but you see they are moving very briskly to get inside of Grady Memorial Hospital. And as you know, there has been one gunshot patient that was brought here, airlifted here. I was actually standing here, heard the chopper around 11:35. I have since talked to a couple of Grady employees who said they saw the chopper coming in as well, that normally the chopper circulates before landing, but this one just came straight in. And so lots more activity going on here at Grady as this one gunshot victim is being treated here. Agents going inside. And of course, Grady being the number one this is the place to go to get the best treatment. And so I've been trying to reach out to Grady to find out if the patient who was airlifted here is a male or a female. We've been trying to get information on the condition on that patient, but right now they just are not sharing those details. We will continue, though, to follow this developing story with these law enforcement officers now responding here. You've got to think that they must want to speak to the person who was in fact injured. So we will continue to monitor the situation here and bring you the very latest.
Angelique, you've unfortunately covered one too many of these stories. Does it say anything to you that GBI agents are walking in? Perhaps they want to information gather. We know they're on the scene at the high school, but there you just showed us they're walking into the hospital.
Well, that says to me, Tom, and I'm just speculating, but as you said, I have covered so many of these, that there is somebody who is able to talk to them, that they want information, that they are trying to gather evidence in this case, and that they believe something.
Preparing your home for a last-minute showing can be stressful.
Babe. Babe.
With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can bypass the market and close in as little as 21 days.
Babe.
There are no showings, no open houses, no stress. Sell your home hassle-free.
Babe.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start
Hey, everybody.
cracking.
I'm still here with y'all live.
Thing we all have in common in times like these is the
Still here live with y'all on tour. We are just giving some love, grace, and space to Appalachia High School in Georgia. There was a pow shooting at 11:30 a.m. this morning, 30 minutes as we were into our virtual tour here on YouTube. That happened down south in Georgia there, and we got the news first from Divine Virtuous Woman, and so we're just covering the story live here via Fox 5 in Atlanta. I'll keep this on until maybe 1:30. Just so that way this story can get the time that it deserves. So yeah, glad to have all y'all here. Thank you, divine virtuous woman. Confirmed, two passed away is confirmed and 4 injured. Hang on, I'll turn the volume back up.
Responders coming out to this incident. And that, coupled along with parents and concerned loved ones, has really just created this 2-mile, essentially, kind of like blockade of folks trying to get information and connect.
And Brittany, you're giving us a look that looks like law enforcement behind you. Can you tell us about the law enforcement, or what you've seen from that perspective?
You've got everybody in play, even when you're kind of just coming out of, multiple law enforcement agencies with their lights on still. At this point, hours later, trying to get out here and lend that help. The FBI, of course, sheriff's office, local PD. And right now, there's really just a little bit of confusion from to go, and again, trying to make that connection. Some folks are, of course, stay in touch with it, because as much as parents are struggling mentally, you can imagine what this is like at the school. But we're there, and kind of like that father that we just or that freshman was in the classroom where a shooting took place. Of course, that's going to be emotional, traumatizing. I would have to imagine all those parents and loved ones who are just how their kids are doing, not only physically but also mentally and emotionally as well.
And so, as we information gather, Britt, the eyewitness reporting is kind of perhaps, but unconfirmed, a teacher involved here. Can you what that student might have reported to their parent?
We do have those, reports that are unconfirmed at this point, but we are kind of trickle in, right? And from what I just spoke to that parent that I just mentioned who was here checking on his daughter, he said what was relayed to him was that someone, a suspect at this point, left the classroom and then a few minutes later came back in and then shot their teacher. And again, we were told this was a freshman class, and there were a lot of students in there, and there was no information yet from that father about what could have led up to this. Was there any type of disagreement between that faculty member and a student? Was there a situation breaking out between students and then someone stepped in? Right now, the information as far as what led up to that shooting, there's nothing there because, of course, as you can imagine, that father was just trying to get the bare minimum information and then confirm that his child, who was in that classroom, was okay. He says, a lot of terror going through him right now and stress. He said it took him about half an hour just to walk down and get here to the large response from law enforcement and then all of those hundreds of parents who are just trying to get here as quickly as they can. Tom?
There, Brittany. Thanks for that. We want to report information in our ear. We're reporting it to you that according to the Barrow County Sheriff's Office, we're talking about multiple injuries there at the school in terms of injuries, incident involving one person on campus. We're talking about multiple injuries, and that the gunman, the alleged, is in police custody. If there's good news in all this, it's that so far no reports of fatalities. We do have confirmed reports of of victims being brought out on stretcher, what appears to be. So that is the information that we're able to report right now. Are able to relay what parents are telling them, although those reports still.
We also know at this time the Barrow County Sheriff's Office says its priority is their families. And of course, that is going to be a large undertaking, and we're 30 minutes parking miles down the road in order to walk down to get to their students. Of course, imagine that being with their students, many of them getting calls and texts throughout the morning about what happened. And just like our Brittany Edney just told us, some of those where the transpired. But a lot of developing details coming in at this time. Is reuniting families. And I also just want to reiterate, because that there are other neighboring schools that are on a lockdown, but that is just at a security measure. There's nothing happening at those other schools. This is just a safety measure, and other law enforcement agencies really emphasizing, make sure you stay off those neighboring roadways.
All right, obviously we have a team of reporters fanned out across the state, really covering the story. Angelique Proctor at Grady Memorial Hospital covering the victims who might be brought there. We know one is there already. Brittany Edney right in front of the school, and Kevin Stewart.
Hey, good people. Welcome in. Glad that all
If you are relying on Amazon reviews to help you decide on a purchase, heads up. According to FakeSpot, the following categories are the most likely to have bogus or biased feedback: watches, Christmas decor, watch bands, sweaters, and pullovers. But the top spot for fake reviews, slippers. FakeSpot says 71% on Amazon have fake reviews, with thousands of products and barely any name brands. I'm Steve Noviello. That's my 2 cents. Spend it wisely.
Hey, everybody. So we're here covering this live with all of you. Like I said, I'm going to keep it on until 1:30, until coverage runs out. But the school has been cleared. And Divine Virtuous Woman says confirmed 2 passed away and 4 injured. So we are live on tour here. Covering this story live with all of you.
It's self-assessment. When charging is done, remove your phone from the charger. Electronics will age faster if they're left plugged in when fully charged. I'm Steve Noviello. That's my 2 cents. Spend it wisely.
Every way you can think of.
And so you're looking at video of the aftermath of what happened on the campus of Appalachia High School just after 10 o'clock this morning, when there are reports of a gunman opening fire on campus with perhaps, according to the Barrow County Sheriff's Office, multiple gunshot victims. We know that the gunman is in custody and that at least one has been transported to Grady Memorial Hospital, perhaps others to surrounding medical facilities in the area. We've seen life flight helicopters there on campus. This is video that Skyfox 5 was able to get of one of the victims, not sure which one, being life flighted to Grady. There are preliminary, although unconfirmed, reports from our reporters there on the ground and what they've been hearing from students, that there may have been a teacher involved in this, but we don't know to what extent that reporting is accurate. Just passing along to you eyewitness accounts, and we'll what has been reported, corroborated reports from students who've been texting their parents. This is a campus which contains upwards of 2,000 students that actually opened up back in 2000, so about 25 years ago. And take a look geographically where we're talking about. Appalachia campus to the west of Athens, and more so to the east of I-285 and just a bit north. So just outside the metro Atlanta area, certainly a more dispersed population out there, if you will. But even though the area is more dispersed in population, certainly not lacking in law enforcement response, and quick to what happened here on campus this morning.
And of course, we saw Governor Kemp saying that he has directed all law enforcement agencies that have available, that are able to go out there and assist in this effort, which is why we're seeing so much cooperation. And we are being told that all of these agencies are coordinating their efforts, which is certainly no easy feat either. But that is also something that they practice. These law enforcement agencies practice responding to incidents like this one on how exactly they're going to coordinate. I've covered this myself and been there as they've gone through some of these trainings while they've talked about who handles what. And so they know how to coordinate with each one, because when you think about meeting for the first time in incidents like this, everyone from a local law enforcement agency to the FBI and beyond, they might not exactly know what all the protocols are going to be. And that's why they practice for exactly these kind of situations. So again, they're going to have a news conference at 4 o'clock this afternoon where we're going to learn more about what happened. For now, what we do know is that at least one person was taken to Grady Memorial with a gunshot wound, but we were told that there were multiple injuries. And just like Tom said, referencing some of what our reporters have gathered on the ground, Fox 5's Brittany Edney told us this happened inside a 9th grade student's classroom. So again, that's unconfirmed, but coming from our reporters on the ground, they're learning this happened in a freshman classroom, and it might have involved a teacher and a student. Those updates still waiting to get confirmed from law enforcement and from the school system as well. But we're still trying to get that developing information. For now, it's a priority of getting these students back with their parents who are walking more than a mile, 2 miles, 30 minutes to go collect their students who have been waiting for them for about 3 hours now on the football field out there at the Wildcats football field. So harrowing moments for all these students and teachers and families who are involved in this. And as we continue to learn more, of course, we're going to keep you updated. But this was a live look earlier of those students sitting in the bleachers, parents in the parking lot trying to get their students, and of that very large law enforcement response as well. And I also mentioned some of the law enforcement that's responded to this, and I want to emphasize again, just because we know that it is a bit of a problem out there with busy roadways, lots of traffic and blockades, that Winder police are really encouraging people to keep those roadways and school entrances and exits clear. Emergency vehicles are still trying to get in and out of there. What we saw from our crews on the ground, those ambulances and law enforcement vehicles still have their lights on, still have their sirens on. They're trying to get in and out of there. And because there are so many parts and pieces in this, it's important that they're able to move around safely.
And Gwinnett County Schools publishing a statement saying that the safety and the security of their students, top priority, deeply saddened by what's happening in Barrow County. Obviously, this is a neighboring Gwinnett. The incident didn't directly involve their district, but of course they understand the anxiety. Gwinnett County among the agencies which have responded to what's unfolding on the campus of Appalachia this morning, in addition to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation agents who we saw kind of briskly going into, if you will, Grady Memorial Hospital for what Angelique Proctor, our reporter on the ground outside of Grady, speculated might be to try just begins to unfold here. Here you see those agents walking into Grady to try and gather as much information as possible as as they try to piece together exactly what happened this morning.
And we have so many crews out there right now. We're being told that Fox 5's Eric Perry is ready to go live as well with some of the latest information. Eric?
Yeah, Lindsay, Tom, hello to both of you on this very upsetting Wednesday. I want to show you what I walked into. If you take a look down this street, you will see a flood and trickle of parents. What is happening? The neighborhood surrounding this, of course, when they heard from their loved ones here at this school here, they dropped what they were doing. They told me they rushed over here, moms, aunties, uncles, daddies, all of them, to make sure their baby is okay. I talked to several of those parents as we walked up through here. They say that they heard from inside their school. They're starting to let those kids go. They're at the football field, which you can see behind. And I'm not sure if you can tell because of the sun, you can see law enforcement right here. But in those stands, you can see what we believe to be some of the kids, the students inside of that high school. They're starting to let those parents come in and pick them up. One kid who was released to his mom, got an interview with her. We'll let you hear that a little bit later. But she told me that they're going through and combing through each student, checking them out, making sure they are who they are. They say who they are, but there's a lot of emotion. She says when you go up there, you can make sure you can hear a lot of crying. You can see a lot of emotions as this is their loved ones here. Again, just a lot of emotions and a lot of flooded cars here at the scene. And also, Michael Moore, if you could pan back over here, I want you to see that this is still very active, as you can imagine, but you can see a more flood, a more procession coming in right now of law enforcement officers. I can't see from right now who they are with, but you can see their lights flashing as they're coming in. We see Jefferson police coming in as this really is an all hands on deck situation here. But the feeling from parents, they're grateful to see their loved ones, but again, these are their family, this is their friends, and this is a tight-knit community, which they never thought would have happened. Lindsay, Tom, just kind of wanted to give you that feeling out here. We're checking with the parents and checking with those students as they're being released and sent home back with their family. But honestly, the healing just starting here in this area.
Yeah, Eric, just if you could tell us about that walk from the checkpoint entering the road which leads up to the campus to where you're standing right now. Not only are reporters, photographers having to make that walk, but parents too, who are just trying to pick up their kids who are so rattled by this whole thing.
Yeah, let me tell you, I was out of breath, because it took me about a mile. I saw cars starting at the very end of the street, and this is a very long street here. So I just parked and got out. And so I was talking with parents as we all made this walk. They were not going to be okay, right? This is going to be an emotional walk for a lot of them until they lay eyes on their child and make sure that they are okay and accounted for. So people were crying, people were on the phones with their loved ones. They were on the phones trying to make sure with everything, but also there are some different police over there as well. So you're not seeing any just everyday people coming down. This is only law enforcement coming down to this section. So you can't even see where they're diverting people up as well, because on the other side here is another school. I believe that is the middle school that is here as well. So you not only have the high school that's here, but Michael Moore, if you can pan a little bit to the left, that building that is up there, that is the middle school. They are also in the lockdown as well. So those parents coming in, for people seeing this on the news and want to come and just see the scene for themselves. So it's a lot of people going on, parents literally just parking wherever they see a spot on the side of the road and walking up to see if they can get some sort of glimpse and relief with seeing their child here at this high school.
Eric, you mentioned that before the students can leave, law enforcement is checking them out. Can you tell us what you're hearing about that a little bit?
Yeah, so when I was talking to one of the parents, another parent came up as well, and I was just asking them, what is that like? How do you get your kid? Frankly, they said it was a mess, because you can imagine all the emotional parents coming in and the emotional students trying to be sifted out to make sure they're going home with the right person. But another person said they're also making sure that none of them maybe have been a part of this. Again, we don't know what led up to this, no speculation in that particular case, but they want to make sure that every student is safe. They don't have anything on them or not affiliated with this in any sort of way. So they said they're just going through, checking them out and everything like that. So you can see some more parents walking through. They're going back up to the football field for those who might have joined in and didn't hear what we were saying or our perspective here. That football field that is behind this parking lot is where parents are making their way to get their their kid. We're not being able to go just that close just yet to see them or to see what that process is like. But according to parents that I've talked with on our journeys up here, they say that it is a mess as they are trying to sift through, sort out, as honestly, nobody has a correct way to handle a situation like this, but they want to make sure that those kids are returned and reunited with their family safely. You can also see them coming on the left side, Michael Moore, if you can. You can see people kind of walking through here as well. We've seen golf carts, we've seen scooters, we've seen all sorts of different measures as they're coming through. Somebody's coming through in that green golf cart over there with their family. Lindsay, Tom?
Eric, if you could just tell us real quick, you mentioned it in passing earlier, but there is a middle school next to the high school. And do we know how the middle school was impacted by all this?
Yes, so they're asking about the middle school. Michael Moore just communicating with my photographer over there. If you can just zoom back over there for those listening. So that is another school that is up there. We've actually seen some more, and you can hear in the distance and probably see some of the emergency personnel coming through here. We've seen some buses go up through here as well. But that is a middle school that is up there. And so we've seen parents, they've gone both to the high school, but we've seen equal amount of as well. As soon as I get off the air, I'll go and check to see if they have let kids. But I know several people I was walking with, they have kids up there at that middle school. So they were trying to figure out how to get to school over there. There looks to be an early learning center that's right behind us. So I know those parents are probably with the babies and did as well. And then plus you have the people who are just here in the neighborhood and in the
many school buildings just right around that high school. For the perspective from where you are, let's get out to Brooke Zahner now, who mentioned earlier where cars are being blocked by the area closer to the school. Brooke, from where you reported there, and we saw the parents walking by you trying to reach camp, a mile and a half from where you're standing.
That's right, Tom. Yeah, as you just heard, Eric. Sorry, I have to take this out. As you heard, all the schools that are being impacted right now. So we talked to one mom who has not only a child at a 2-year-old at the preschool, which is directly across from that high school. So she is waiting at the end of the street right now, talking to other parents, waiting for her fiance with her 2-year-old child. You can probably see her right now. She's waving. It looks like she's been here to get reunited with her family and her loved one. I'll tell you, she was obviously just distraught about to us was you really don't know what this is like until it hits your home and it hits your community. So this is especially hard for not only the parents involved, but of course the ones in the surrounding areas and the area school with their own children. And you can just hear from this intersection that it is blockade going on here at Carl Bethlehem Road, where you can see all of the traffic right now is being diverted. That road leading directly to the high school right now is blocked. So you're seeing all of the parents, all of the children from the preschool, daycare across the street being able to get about a 20-minute walk or so, if not longer, to get back here to this intersection. Cars that are parked here, some people sitting in their cars, some people just waiting for that moment when they can be reunited with their own. Very chaotic situation. I'll tell you, within the last couple of minutes before you guys came on air with us, we also that made its way down towards the high school as well. So this is very much still an ongoing and active situation. To stay out of the way if you don't have to be in this area. To stay away from this area. Now, we also talked to another parent. We talked to him and he got his son on the phone with us. He is a student, a senior student at Appalachia High School. He heard the shots. He said that he heard multiple what sounded like banging noises. They didn't really know what was going on at the time. They heard more is what he described to us. And then they went and hid in a closet once they realized that this was something much more serious, much more serious going on. So we did hear one student perspective as we were out here just talking to these parents. And I want to show you right now, we're going to see April, who we talked to. Good to see you guys, who's now reunited with her baby right now. So so fortunate and so glad that you were able to get reunited, guys. Thank you so much. So you're just watching these moments right now unfold of reunions with parents and children. But want to have you guys listen to a couple of these interviews that we got of some parents and just what their reaction is as they are waiting to get reunited with their children.
It was completely terrifying because I didn't know what was happening, but it's a relief now that we found them. But I know there were injuries and casualties, so I don't know how many or who they are yet.
So again, just a really emotional, raw emotion from so many of these parents coming through here. And again, we are back out here over a mile away from that school right now, where all of the traffic is being diverted. Roads still blocked by the Department of Public Safety as well. Several units responding here. We saw the last one that I saw was from a different county. It was Jefferson County Mobile Command Unit was responding to the school as well. So that just gives you some perspective, guys, of what we're seeing here. Still a very fluid, chaotic situation. There are cars literally in every single direction parked on the sides of the road right now as parents are trying to get reunited with their children. So that just also gives you kind of a perspective as we're over a mile from the school and we saw these cars, 10 minutes before we got here, we saw all of the cars, all of the chaos and the commotion that was happening here. Tom and Lindsay.
Brooke, the parents that walk by you clutching a small child, toddler perhaps, so we're presuming they were from the Early Learning Center, but I also wondered if you could kind of fill in and contextualize for us the level of anxiety or frustration or, panic on the minds of parents trying to access the campus area. Are they frustrated that they're not able to drive closer, or understanding given the situation that's unfolding?
People are so nice here. I don't know. It's a small community, and you can always tell when you get to these communities is that they're so tight-knit, they're so kind, so understanding. The parents that we've talked to have been incredibly understanding of the situation. We've been waved to by people. We've talked to a number of parents in this area who just understand that law enforcement right now has to make sure this scene is safe before they can get to their children. And a lot of them we've found that just have no problem walking the mile or so down the road to get reunited with their children. So the woman that you just saw clutching her child, that 2-year-old, was from the Early Learning Center across the street. And we asked her, what's going through your mind, and just the reaction of something that you see on the news and you see this happening in other communities and you don't think it's your own community, and when it does, it just hits you so incredibly hard. In a community like this one, Winder Barrow, very tight knit, everybody knows each other here, so it really does give you that kind of perspective of just how difficult this was. But she was very understanding of law enforcement has a job to do, so they were happy to park here, wait for her fiance to come back with her 2-year-old child, especially knowing that he's safe. And obviously it may be a different situation if you're still waiting to hear from your loved one and unsure. But from the kind of indication that I've gotten from parents here is they're very incredibly understanding of the situation, and they know that this is also a really difficult day for law enforcement in this area. Again, I'll describe for those of you just joining us, we were coming up here on 316, seeing all of the law enforcement activity passing us. It was one after another after another. It was, I would say, more than 24 or so law enforcement agencies, Georgia State Patrol troopers, Department of Public Safety, Gwinnett County police officers, Barrow County sheriff's officers, from surrounding areas, that it all hands on deck as this was unfolding. That's what we saw when we were coming up here. And it really gives you that perspective of, wow, this is something that is really serious that's happening. And it's hitting this community hard. I think there's still a level of shock that people are experiencing right now, as you can imagine. By just what's going on here, and it's still very much fluid.
And Brooke, something else that I want to point out, this is obviously happening at Appalachia High School, and law enforcement says the situation was contained to that school. But this school is surrounded by other schools, and that's why we're seeing that mother with a very young child. And Fox 5's Eric Perry showed us a few minutes ago, there's also a middle school right there. And that's also why we're seeing so much traffic in the area, right, Brooke?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Lindsay. And when I spoke to you guys 45 minutes ago or so, we were initially at Winderbarrow High School, and the law enforcement activity, the amount of emergency personnel that was out there, it looked similar to what we've seen out here. We saw canine units out there. We saw ambulances. We saw fire trucks out there. It is chaotic, and that's 10 miles away from where we are right now. But you mentioned the schools here, the middle school that's right next to Appalachia High School as well, an elementary school right down the road as well, an early learning center directly across the street as well. So you have parents, not just the high school parents, but parents from across the board that are right now just trying to get reunited with their children. So I'm going to step aside and show you guys again. You're looking live right now at the scene. Carl Bethlehem Road that leads right to Appalachia High School at this moment. So again, guys, we're going to keep monitoring this, talking to a number of parents out here, many of them just happy to have their children back. If they're coming back up, making that mile walk or so to get their children, and then coming back with their children, obviously it's just a huge relief for so many of them. But again, talk to some of those students as well. Talk to one of those students who described what was just a horrible situation, hearing those popping noises, not realizing that it was gunfire, and then when you realize, finding your way to safety. So just a lot unfolding, and we'll keep you guys posted here, Tom and Lindsay.
Just a terrifying situation, not only for those parents, but this huge response by law enforcement, so impressive as well. This happening in the middle of the day. Brooke, thanks so much for that live reporting there from the entrance point to the road that is leading these parents on the mile-plus journey to campus to retrieve their students who are understandably rattled and nervous and upset by what has transpired this morning. The school undoubtedly will start offering in the days to come some counseling for these students in the aftermath of all this. We did have a news conference by the Barrow County Sheriff's Office just a few minutes ago, an impromptu news conference calling this thing that has happened. The sheriff reporting that the extent of those injuries so far are unknown. Angelique Proctor is at Grady Memorial Hospital, where lifted for trauma purposes, and the GBI there, as you can see, to Grady as investigators try to piece together exactly what happened. Just given her experience in covering these types of situations, that agents entering the hospital is a good sign that they may be starting their information gathering process right now. The sheriff also reporting that they do have a suspect in custody, and that they've asked for assistance from the GBI and other. News conference scheduled for today at 4 o'clock, where we're going to learn.
Reporters, of course, have been gathering what they can live on the scene as well. Within the last 30, 40 minutes, we spoke with Fox 5's Brittany Edney. She reported that she heard from a parent who had a child in the classroom where this allegedly happened. That parent told her it was a 9th grade classroom, and a student and a teacher were both involved. Of course, we're still waiting to get this verified from law enforcement and from the school district as well. But these are the reports that we're getting from our crews on the ground there as well. They've been seeing the large law enforcement presence, the parents coming to collect their students. And just because we have, I just want to reiterate what we learned from the Winder Police Department as well, which is that even though these neighboring schools are impacted and that the enforcement, all those students, are safe out there, that they're in lockdown, and that right now the priority is getting these students back with their families. So that is priority number one.
I want to get you back out now live to campus of the high school there. Right behind you, Brittany, you have new information for us?
Yeah, I just spoke with Aiden. She said she was in the hallway when all of this happened, and she kind of described. She says at first they thought that this could have been a drill. They heard a lot of movement, and she says sometimes that they have similar incidents like time that she realized that this was actually happening. That's when kind of the terror sank in. She says that was actually in one of the classrooms. Also, she unaware about what was going on, came to the door of that classroom. And when that door opened, she says that that teacher was shot. Now, not yet confirmed for officials. This is what we are hearing from these students who were there in the hallway. As right now, she doesn't know how her teacher is doing, but what she saw was, this found laying in blood. And she says this has just been extremely horrific and a terrifying experience. She says that this particular is beloved and a really great educator. She's described him yet, and she just hopes that he is okay. She says the students love this particular individual, and she doesn't know what exactly happened, how that person is doing, but if something did happen fatally, she says this would be devastating for all the students who love and care so much about this teacher. I did ask, are there metal detectors in the school? She said no. She also described, as you know, this being a smaller town, a more closer and tight-knit community where things like this just don't really happen. She says this has all been extremely shocking and surprising. Right now, she's uniting with her family and really just kind of trying to process everything that happened and waiting to hear from other students as far as how they are doing. Guys.
This is unfortunately part of the ecosystem that we now sort of operate in as parents. When you send your kids off to school, a lot of the parents and students are required to bring the clear backpacks too. In addition to passing through the metal detectors, which you say don't exist on this campus, the clear backpacks, do you see that out there as well? Or are students just attending with the regular backpacks on them?
That's a great question. Now, from the students that I have spoken with and seen kind of walking through, there haven't been that many, but the ones that I have seen, I have not yet seen a clear backpack. That does not, however, mean that's not a policy or that doesn't exist, but I have not yet seen that. But again, as we were kind of just discussing, that student says, there are no metal detectors here. But she said, as she described, that there are frequent drills. And that's where a little bit of confusion kind of came today, is because at first they said, oh, was this a drill or is this something more serious? And she kind of described her and her classmates' experience as really just a lot of the unknown, and then people kind of coming into that shooting as they tried to figure out, was this a real situation? And tragically and unfortunately, it turned out to be true. She said, of course, this is something you kind of just only see in the movies or, when you turn on the news. It's just not something, she said, she expects to ever really happen to you, and also, especially again, this being such a smaller town where, a lot of violence doesn't typically break out in these types of situations.
Brittany, you had mentioned that earlier you spoke with a parent who said that this happened in a 9th grade classroom. The student you just spoke to was a sophomore. Is it clear if this was like on the same hallway or if this was a class with multiple grades in it?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I'm glad you brought that up because I do want to clarify. We do not yet know, or I do not know rather, if that classroom that had the 9th grader in it who experienced seeing a student leave the classroom and come back in with a gun, if that was the same situation. Just as how they have described it, it doesn't sound like it is, but at this time we're still waiting to kind of hear from law enforcement as far as what happened and really give a confirmation on how many people were shot, were injured, and a number on the casualties. But from what they have described, it doesn't sound like they are one and the same. So it kind of sounds like you have the teacher who was shot in the classroom when a student came back in, per these students, and then also a 10th grader describing being a hall over and then watching everything unfold and then having a math teacher come to the door of a classroom along that hall, try to check things out, and then getting shot. And again, she just really described the trauma that she experienced as watching this beloved math teacher just lay there in that hallway after getting shot. Definitely, especially just these kids being so young, this is something you don't expect see in real life. And right now there's a lot of emotion swirling around. And as these students come and try to, wait to get connected with their family, of course, I also spoke with a parent who says, she just is really concerned about her middle school and elementary school students who are on a lockdown and she can't even get them yet. And even though she says she didn't have a child in the high school, it still is just a traumatizing experience for the entire community. And she really just want to, get those kids, hold them, talk to them, and as a parent, try to describe and explain, if she even can, what happened here today, and just be there as a support system for those kids. Lindsay.
Well, our thoughts and our prayers are certainly with that teacher who presumably was reportedly, though unconfirmed, shot Brittany, and certainly all the other victims. I want you to stick with us for a second, because and I don't know if you kind of gathered this as you're walking toward the area, but you have Appalachia High School behind you. You have Bethlehem Middle School off to the left of you. And then we saw in Brooks' live shot, a parent walking with a child in arms, an elementary school, Yargo Elementary, which is also down the road there a piece. All of them presumably put on lockdown while all of this was going on.
Yeah, that's correct. And that's what that parent did confirm with me. However, I just spoke to her about 5 minutes ago, and she said she has not been able to get her children, one who is in middle school, another elementary school student. She says she has not been able to get them yet. But we have been seeing, students trickle out. So I'm not sure what the official status is, or if they are being released, just a few at a time, because we're not hearing, an official word from the school district yet as to what that kind of process looks like. So she's still waiting personally for her two kids. However, we are seeing a steady stream, small albeit, of parents, walking with their kids. But as you described, I mean, we've got a row of schools here, and that kind of just adds to the response and the congestion in this area. Because for us to get here, you are looking at hundreds of cars. It lined so far, I looked on my car, it was about a 1.5 mile distance of how far out cars are parked from, parents and, loved ones of students and faculties, etc., who are trying to make their way here. You got to walk about 1.5 miles just to get, anywhere close to this school. That's how far those cars are lined. And that's kind of just the presence from parents. That's not even law enforcement. I mean, that's been tremendous as well. I've never seen anything like this in any type of Metro Atlanta story that I've been here for years. This response has truly been tremendous. And you've got just multiple agencies, jurisdictions, everyone working together. The presence is really just mind-boggling. I mean, this area is just full of probably 1,000, maybe 2 vehicles, because you're just seeing an overwhelming response from those who are trying to help out and those who are just, again, trying to make it here and connect with those kids.
And so, Brittany, you've been able to give us perhaps the clearest picture and the most compelling picture of what's happened so far. Of what you've been hearing from parents as reported by their students. And I think it's useful and instructive, even though we're waiting for that 4 o'clock news conference to sort of confirm these details, exactly what those students told their parents happened this morning. Can you go over that again?
Yeah, let's talk about this and let it unfold a little bit, because I want to actually start with the sophomore girl that I spoke with. She is amazingly, I just have to commend her, composed and sharing her experience. She did want everyone to know about it. I asked her, I said, look, do you feel comfortable speaking? She says, yes, I want everyone to know not only what happened, but also about this beloved teacher. And what she described again was hearing a lot of noise and commotion, in the hallway. There was a lot of uncertainty. They really didn't know what was going on at first. And she says, they actually have a lot of drills and different situations here at the school. And it being, again, kind of towards the beginning of the school year, she says at first a lot of the kids were like, oh, you know what, maybe this is just a drill, and I didn't even get caught up on the fact that we were having a drill today. And then after more commotion and people started running to the hallway, that's when the picture really became clear that something was going on, something was happening. And then she described how she was one hallway over, and then they started moving, and that at one point, that is when math teacher who she described as just beloved and, again, quote, the most chill teacher and caring educator that they have. She says he's a personal favorite. She said that he came to the door of the classroom and kind of like her was trying to figure out what was going on, what's this commotion. She thinks I do want to add, this is new as well. She says that she believes that, he's a hero, just for being the fact that if there was just, say, a fight that was just simply breaking out, he wanted to go and check on it and figure out what it was and break it up, just to care about the students' safety of not mattering whether or not this was a shooting or not, but just to break up the fight. She says, that's the type of teacher he is, to always just make sure kids are okay. So she says that when that teacher came to the door of that classroom, that is when he was shot. She said that he, again, and this may be a little bit graphic, just heads up for our families that home, but that she saw him laying there on the floor at that kind of entrance of the classroom, meeting the hallway, in blood, and it was a terrifying experience. She says she doesn't know how he is doing, but that the injuries definitely did look severe, and that's causing a lot of concern, she says, for her and all of her other classmates, because again, they loved this teacher just so much, and she's really having a hard time digesting that this happened, again, describing it as just being kind of like a scene out of a movie. Now, that is what we are hearing from a sophomore who was in a hallway. And the last thing that I do want to add from her experience was that she said that there was a tremendous police response when they arrived. She says that they were just running through the hallway. She said that one of her friends actually got just yanked and pulled into a classroom when this was happening as well. She said, and that's really another one of those key moments when she realized that something was happened, because people were yanking students in. So that also being a new tidbit right there about others just trying to pull students in. When you hear a lot about these various drills that schools will do, the first thing you hear about is when they go into the lockdown, the securing of the classroom. But from her description, how it sounded in that hallway near at least one of the shootings, one victim, she says that her friend, another student, a girl, was just yanked in by someone from the classroom. So what it sounds like from these student stories that they're sharing is that there was a lot of heart, a lot of caring from those inside the school, inside those classrooms, trying to get those other students to safety, yank them in as all of this was happening. Now, what we heard earlier from a father, he says that his daughter, she is a freshman. Let's kind of go over that story as well. Another just horrible account of what has happened and unfolded here at the school. I do want to go kind of just blanket this story once again and say we are still waiting for official confirmation, but this is what is being shared with us by students and or their parents. And this gentleman told me that his freshman daughter was inside a classroom and that a student left that classroom, was gone for a few minutes, and then later returned, came in, and then shot their teacher. What's not clear is if that particular story shared by that father, if that was connected to the math teacher. Honestly, from what I've heard, it doesn't sound like it. But again, before we make any type of the connections there, we do want to wait for official confirmation. But it kind of sounds like, from what the students were describing, these are two separate incidents, because you would have a student coming back into that classroom and shooting the teacher on one account, and then separately at a hallway, a teacher coming to check out what was going on and then getting shot. So it does sound like there was at least two separate scenes kind of unfolding at one section of the school at least. But of course, we are still waiting from the sheriff's office and other responders to officially release information. I mean, they are out here in full force working on confirmation, but as you can imagine, a very hectic scene. And as we've described to you, us and the fellow crews, I mean, the response out here has just been tremendous. And even just getting anywhere near the school, it's going to take you about a 1.5 mile walk, a trek to get out here, just because of all the families pouring in, and also the responders that are lined up trying to not only help process the scene, but also kind of coordinate if and when the families reunite, and also just support this county, because this is just something, as that one sophomore described as something that happens in the movies or that you see on the national news, but you never think will happen, especially in this smaller community, this smaller, tight-knit town.
Well, again, Brittany, just such compelling reporting there as to what exactly happened. Thank you. Again, our thoughts are with that teacher who was presumably the victim of a gunshot and any other victims that were involved there. But it seems one of the common denominators in the reporting of both, you and Kevin Stewart, who also spoke to a parent, is that some way, somehow a faculty member was involved here. We know that at least one victim was transported to Grady Memorial Hospital with traumatic injuries, and we're just not sure if that indeed was the faculty member who we're talking about. But we know Judd Smith, the sheriff out there, briefed reporters and said that there are multiple victims. Joined now by Fox 5 anchor Christine Spiro up here on the set. Christine, on what has been a very upsetting and alarming day up at Appalachian High School up in Barrow County, where we have multiple gunshot victims at this high school, which all of this unfolding at about 20 after 10 this morning.
And I want to share, because I listened to the entire press conference with Sheriff Judd Smith, the Barrow County Sheriff, and I just want to share some of the information that he passed along. He initially is saying he understands the urgent need to get information out to the public quickly. Of course, they want to get information out to everyone on what happened here, if there is an active threat, etc. But he emphasized that it is important for them to do the work that they need behind all the details, all the facts right before they release this information to the public. News business. We'd rather be right than first, right? You want to get the information correct the first time so you don't have to backtrack down the road. Answer any media questions after this brief news conference today. There was even one reporter who shouted out a question: were there any casualties here at Appalachian High School? Because that is what's being said. He's not going to answer that question, but there were a lot of injuries, is how he phrased it, on what is being reported out there, that there are casualties, even though in a press conference earlier today they did say casualties are reported. How many? But there, of course, are multiple injuries as well. Just want to, law enforcement standpoint, the importance of them to get this information.
Much of it coming from seemingly every direction. Want to get out to Fox 5's Kevin Stewart, who on that road where so many parents have been streaming into the camp. And Kevin, obviously the parents extremely concerned, upset, and full of anxiety as to after what transpired this morning there at Appalachian High.
Walking up and down. To be honest, the most touching interview I had with a young 17 years old student here at Appalachian High School. Wasn't at school today. He said event. He came here looking for one of his classmates. We talked to him, didn't show his face, and we're going to try to turn that bit. But he was clearly very upset because his friend would not answer his texts, would not answer his phone calls. He was very concerned. In fact, I also went through a lot of that angst herself. She was trying to get a hold of her daughter, Melanie. Fortunately, she did get a hold of her.
Well, it was a lot of anxiety trying to be able to get in contact with Melanie, not being able to get no phone calls, no text messages. Getting here, going to my daughter waving at me from up there, and then being able to hug. Terrible feeling.
Is it the kid I was talking about? Okay, and so obviously a very touching situation there. Who was a sophomore here at Appalachian High School, and she said they've only gone through one drill that she can recall, and this was an opportunity for action. Take a listen.
First, they said it was a drill no more, and that it was for real. Next thing you know it, we heard people to each other saying it's not a drill, it's an actual shooting. Stay safe. And then when I figured it out, I texted my mom. My mom had told me I love you, and I was with my parents again. So I was crying, trying to make sure I was like to stay safe. Like,
Yeah, it's a scary situation in the morning. No telling what will happen during the course of the day. And that was one of those things that you send your child off to school, they're coming back from the child's end. And that family clearly that was going through their mind, trying to figure out, I didn't expect this. And that is a story that we expect to hear. I told you, I talked to that 17-year-old. Hopefully we're going to be able to get that sound to you shortly, because that was truly, really brought it really home to heart. And I hope that young man does find his good friend shortly. Back to you guys.
All right, Kevin, thank you so much. And looking at Barrow County School District policy, I was wondering if there was a cell phone policy in place. We've been reporting on stories with schools issuing a ban, in the sense that kids would have to put their cell phones away in a secured packet so they wouldn't have it during the school day. There does not appear to be that type of cell phone policy in place in Barrow County schools. So it's no surprise that students were immediately able to text their parents, text each other when this was all going down, as to what was happening in that moment. Because as Brittany was reporting, a lot of kids didn't understand. They thinking it was a drill, thinking it wasn't real, when they soon realized it very much was a real school shooting.
And that's where we've gotten some of the clearest reporting of what might have happened at that school today, short of the official information from the Barrow County Sheriff Judge Smith, who held a news conference not too long ago, calling what happened there on campus today an evil thing, confirming there are multiple injuries, one of which was transported by Life Flight helicopter to Grady Memorial Hospital, where our Anjali Proctor is on the scene and saw GBI agents rushing into the hospital to try to information gather from a victim who is there at the hospital. There you see the agents there on the ground at Grady entering the building there, and that they have a suspect in custody. That obviously that this was a rapidly evolving situation this morning when it broke out just after 10 o'clock, where you had local, state, and federal agencies swarming that campus really within a matter of minutes. And earlier in the afternoon, Christine, I referenced a Facebook post from back in 2022 from school resource officers up in Barrow County at this very high school, going through a drill to prepare for an eventuality exactly like this, to respond to a shooting, God forbid, when and if it happened, and today it did.
And how many times do we cover stories like that? It seems mundane, right, to say that these departments are doing these drills, and now we see today how necessary those drills and practice sessions are. Let's go out live to our Eric Perry, who is also on the ground, who is speaking to someone here to hopefully give us some more information on what happened today. Eric?
Yeah, Christine, Tom, we've been following the parents as they've come down. We've also seen more flooding coming in from different law enforcement agencies. Of course, my perspective is outside, but I'm here with Camille. Camille, you were inside the school. Walk us through, first of all, thank you here.
Well, I was sitting in my classroom, and he came up to my door, or the door to our classroom. Classmate got up. She went to open the door, but she didn't, because she saw that he had a gun. She announced it. As soon as she announced it, he started firing. We all went into the corner. Yeah, we just kind of heard a lot of gunshots. Then we heard a lot of, and then maybe 3 minutes later, we heard police running in. And then as soon as we went out, it was flooded with police officers and a lot of deputies.
So I want to be clear. You saw the gunman come to your classroom door?
Yes, sir. He was my classmate.
What is going through your mind? This isn't every ordinary day. You're seeing the gun. Just walk us through that, because to a lot of people watching, you're young.
Yeah.
You should not have to deal with with that. Walk us through this if you can.
I mean, I just kind of got up, was getting ready. I mean, I never, like, a lot of people say that it's something that you never really think is going to happen. It's not something that goes through your mind in the morning, and it's really not something that goes through your mind in the morning. As soon as I got to school, I was excited. I really wanted to be at school that day. And, like, it was just complete, like, bust because I was hoping for a good day, and it just turned into a terrible one for families and everyone.
How many gunshots do you remember hearing, if you can even remember how many?
At our door, I'm going to say 4. I remember hearing 4. And then he went to the other classroom next to ours, and I'm pretty sure I heard like 6, 8 gunshots. And then I'm pretty sure he moved on to another hall because I heard more gunshots.
Have you processed this? I don't know if you have. This has just happened. How are you even processing this?
I don't know. I'm kind of in shock. I was in a lot of shock because I never really thought it would just happen in my school. I know it happens to others, but it just kind of was like, I didn't really think it was going to happen in my school. It's definitely something hard to process, especially if you know some of those kids. And I mean, it's only like the 2nd month of school, so it's like really very shocking.
You can, through from a parent's perspective, getting all of this, what is even going through your mind as you're processing this?
My wife's a teacher. She was teaching at the elementary school next door, and I got a text that we had an active shooter situation. And of course, your first thought is my life, and then you're thinking about the other students and other parents, and are they safe? So at that point in time, I just was praying that God would protect my child, the other children. It's just a sad day, but it's a parent's worst nightmare. And again, you hear the cliches about you never thought it would happen in your area, and that's true. But it is a sad day, and we want to make sure that we're praying and supporting those families that have had tragedy into their homes today.
I know you guys have been out here all throughout the morning. You've had a very rough morning. As we leave, describe this school and describe this community. I mean, this does not even come front of mind to a lot of people that are happening here. Describe this community for us.
I have a lot of really nice. I love all of my teachers. They're definitely someone I could go to if I needed to talk. My coaches are like that too. I mean, it's small. It's not, everyone kind of sometimes gets along with everybody. Everyone has fights, sometimes. But I feel like the school is a good place to go, and I feel like just that happening kind of separates everybody, and everybody wants to be isolated and not really talk about it. So I feel like this is going to be kind of a hard thing to get through for the whole school.
Absolutely. Camille, thank you so much. You've had a very long morning, and we're praying for you, and we're praying for you as well, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So you guys, that was a live interview that you were listening to with Camille. She says that the gunman came to her door. They did not let that gunman in. She describes hearing 4 to 5 shots. Outside of that, the magnitude of what you just listened to. She is 15, 16 years old, inside, knew that person, said he was the classmate, saw the gun, heard the gunshots, did not let them inside of that particular classroom. Imagine these people first thing in the morning, they are huddled up. What you heard just there. And then they heard to go to a classroom next door. So then coming to find out all of this tragedy, that activity, and a lot of emotions. Again, this is someone who is young. This is our next. They are dealing with Christine, Tom. Tossing it back to you guys right now.
Wow, some graphic accounts, Eric, as we get news. We have breaking news to report right now from the GBI.
Yeah, they are dead. 9 others are hospitalized. This of investigation confirming what we were hearing earlier were reported by the sheriff's office, the GBI now confirming, and 9 are hospitalized.
So this story takes a brand new and very tragic. We're told that the victims are being treated not only in the hospital where that life flight victim was taken, but at Northeast Georgia Medical.
Hey, everybody, I'm still here with y'all. So as y'all heard, 4 people
where
have
they had
passed,
received patients as well.
and
But now
9 people are in.
4 fatalities with 9 at the hospital.
And really incredible to listen to that students at her school today. You think about it, the school has been in session for 23 days. Barrow County Schools started school August 1st, and something like this takes place. But what she describes is consistent with all 4 school shootings for students to hunker down in their classroom and lock the doors and get and windows. So if there is a shooter outside the building or outside in the hall, access to them. And just incredible to hear her say that this gunman was her classmate. She knew this person. That 4 people tragically lost their lives today of the school year. It's really hard to put your head around. As much as we report on this happening across the United States, sadly, this has happened in our backyard.
Well, and in light of that breaking news, it's just remarkable when we hear these eyewitness accounts from the text messages that went from students to parents, from a student that Eric Perry just interviewed out there on campus. The composure with which they're reporting details of what happened, and now we're sort of being given a picture of what unfolded inside the hallways of Appalachia High School. Some exactly heroic actions taken not only by the faculty members there who might have confronted this gunman, but the students who were inside those classrooms.
And incredible just to see how immediate the response was, not only from the Barrow County Sheriff's Office, but surrounding agencies swarming to the campus of Appalachia High School to try to get a handle on what happened here. Of course, we talked about how much they have trained for this, and it just seems like the response was just so immediate to get the students safe and out of the building. A lot of them gathered out on the football field as they waited for their parents to come get them. Curious to know how that process went down, because things happened so fast. How organized was it to get students to their parents? Of course, there is a process to make sure the right student goes to the right parent. So that had to be chaotic in its own way, in a sense, but students were quickly filed out of the building. 1,900 students at that, 9th through 12th graders getting out of the building as quick out on the campus. And you think about this, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds just should not happen.
It's unimaginable. And so now this turns into a murder scene investigation as state officials from the GBI have been on scene since this whole thing broke out, with now confirmation from the GBI of 4 fatalities and 9 at least other injuries from this gunman who is now in police custody, who opened fire at Appalachia High School this morning at 10:23 a.m., where 2,000 students attend every single day. We've heard of the remarkable composure from not only our Brooke Zahner, but Brittany Edney and Kevin Stewart, of the reporting from students to their parents through text messaging, what unfolded that morning. Some pretty compelling and graphic accounts of not only the gunman, but the teachers who might have come in contact with that gunman, and the quick action of students who might have prevented more casualties from happening there this morning.
I would imagine school will likely not be in session throughout this week. We will wait to hear from Barrow County school officials on how that will be handled this week in light of what has happened here at Appalachia High School. You talk about all the surrounding schools that were impacted by this within proximity of where this school shooting happened, and the urgency for families and parents and mothers and fathers to get to their children and just hope they can put their arms around them once they get to the campus of the school.
Yeah, this is a tragic story that unfortunately plays itself out over and over again in our society these days. It happened down in Fort Lauderdale at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, where I reported for the station for days and days in the aftermath of that shooting. And I can tell you, a couple of things happen in the wake of situations like this. The community really comes together. And from what I've gathered out there in Barrow County, this is a pretty dispersed, but pretty tight-knit community, and a tight-knit campus community where that student reported to us that they are all bonded together. Yeah, we fight once in a while, but we are a close-knit campus community where everybody knows each other. And so we don't know if the murder victims have been taken out of the building yet. This is certainly now a crime scene investigation, which will unfold in the days and hours and weeks to come.
And you just think about, you bring up Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, how much more advanced and knowledgeable and trained are officers now since an incident like that.
Yeah, every time something like this happens, they learn from the last one. And perhaps that prevents further casualties and it expedites the way that authorities are able to neutralize, a gunman that walks into campus. That's something else we don't know a lot about at this time, is how is this gunman related to the campus community? Is it a student, an alumni, or somebody completely unrelated? That information hopefully will come out here. We're expecting a news conference to happen at about 4 o'clock this afternoon, where we're going to get a lot more information from authorities as to what transpired this morning. But the worst news has been realized now, is that we have 4 fatalities and 9 other injuries.
Just so absolutely unfortunate. Our hearts, of course, go out to those individuals. Obviously, there is a process before information like that is confirmed to the media. There is a process of making sure next of kin is notified as to what happened, that their loved one has passed away. We imagine that process has since taken place for that information to be released to the public now that 4 fatalities have been confirmed. We do not know if that number will increase. We certainly hope that is not the case. But again, still so many questions that need to be answered with all of this, as to, especially with the suspect being in custody and alive, that person can be questioned now as to what the motive was. How premeditated was this? How did this weapon get into possession of this individual? How did they get it on campus? All of these questions, I'm sure, being asked by officials with a suspect in custody. And of course, with those who have been wounded in all of this, they certainly will have critical information to help authorities piece together this puzzle, piece together this timeline of what happened at 10:23 this morning inside Appalachian High School until now.
And so we've heard from state officials, and federal officials are up on what's happening as well, all the way from the White House on down. Governor Brian Kemp releasing a statement earlier saying that he's directed all his resources to what's happened. Representative Mike Collins, who's the congressman that represents this area, has also released a statement. This is from the governor, that he's joining family in prayers for the victims, and that they're going to continue to work with the local and state and their federal partners as they work to gather more information as to exactly what happened here.
And we just received an official statement from the White House. We told you earlier President Biden was briefed by the Department of Homeland Security. I'm going to read some of what he wrote here in this statement on the shooting at Appalachian High School. He says, "Jill and I are mourning the deaths of those lives that were cut short due to more senseless gun violence, and thinking of all the survivors whose lives are forever changed. What should have been a joyous back-to-school season in Winder, Georgia, has now turned into another horrific reminder of how gun violence continues to tear our communities apart. Students across the country are learning how to duck and cover instead of how to read and write. We cannot continue to accept this as normal. We are closely coordinating with officials at the federal, state, and local level, and are grateful for the first responders who brought the suspect into custody and prevented further loss of life. He goes on to say, ending this gun violence epidemic is personal to me. It is why I signed into law the bipartisan Safer Communities Act, the most meaningful gun safety bill in decades, and have announced dozens of safety executive actions. I also established the first ever White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention, overseen by Vice President Harris. We've made significant progress, but this crisis requires even more. He ends by saying, after decades of inaction, Republicans in Congress must finally say, enough is enough, and work with Democrats to pass common sense gun safety legislation. We must ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines once again, require safe storage of firearms, enact universal background checks, and end immunity for gun manufacturers. These measures will not bring those who were tragically killed today back, but it will help prevent more tragic gun violence from ripping more families apart. And that was the entire statement there from the White House.
And not lost on any of this is the fact that we're 61 days from the presidential election, which is, you know, in the thick of it right now after the Labor Day holiday. You can bet that both candidates will be responding in their own way. Both the vice president and the former president himself, the two set to debate on stage less than a week from today, and this will certainly be on the minds of not only the candidates but voters as we, you know, enter the heat of the national political season, and these two parties address gun violence in their own ways and through their own ideologies. But you know, if you're a parent of one of these victims or one of the students in this high school, politics is the furthest thing from your mind right now.
Yeah, you want to get your hands around your children, make sure they're safe and they're okay. We continue to show some of these images, again, from earlier this afternoon of what happened at Appalachia High School. We would show you currently what's happening overhead. However, there's been a flight restriction in place above the area of the high school, so we can no longer fly our news chopper to show you those images. But we have reported earlier that the school has been cleared as they try to continue to get students matched up with their parent, but the building, from what we know, has emptied of any students and staff, again, as they continue to now piece together and put this timeline together of what exactly happened here at Appalachia High School this morning. I've been combing my emails and combing any type of social media, as you mentioned, Tom, that this, of course, is it will be a topic of discussion throughout the election season. Have not seen any statements from the Harris-Walz campaign or from the Trump-Vance campaign on either front just yet, but certainly that is something that's eventually they're going to be making a statement about.
The vice president did put something out there. We'll dig that up for you. But in the meantime, in the immediate here, want to get you out to Fox 5's Kevin Stewart, who is live. Kevin, you've been along that roadway where parents have been walking up to try to get to their kids. And now with this news that we're talking about 4 fatalities here on campus with several other injuries, the story just takes on a whole new meaning now for those folks who are walking by you.
Yeah, without a doubt. And one of those folks that just walked down here, a young man who is a sophomore, who said he did see one of those lifeless bodies in the hallway as he was walking out with his hands up. The type of thing that we have seen, unfortunately, countless times with school shootings across the nation over the last 2 decades. He had a chance to talk to the GBI and kind of give his account of what happened. He told them that he believed it happened sometime between 10:30 and 11 o'clock. He said that it was quite alarming. He said what was really uncomfortable for him is that they had only had one drill that he had gone through. And he said that they weren't quite sure where to go and how to do all of this. But he says it in the end all worked out. I had a chance to talk to his big sister, who graduated here, I think she said 3 years ago, who came to pick him up and talked about the discharge situation and how anxious that was, trying to get a hold of her little brother. But because this area apparently traditionally doesn't have great cell service, and of course a lot of people using their cell phones made it more difficult. And she was ecstatic when she was able to finally pick up her little brother, and they are on their way back home.
Yeah, you think about that. They had to physically walk to the school. And even once they get to the area where they can pick up their children, there's a process on top of that to get them. So I just can't imagine how anxious. That has to be the longest walk of their lives, I imagine, to try to get to their students and make sure they're okay.
Yeah, and Kevin's been talking to some people who've been walking by him. Kevin, if you're still with us, did they know or did they talk to you about the fact that there might be fatalities involved here? We've been sort of holding back on reporting things until we were able to confirm it. But I imagine some of those folks have told you that they knew about the fatalities, and I'm wondering about their reactions as they made their way toward campus.
Yeah, the one young man, he was the one person that I did talk to who did say, as I said a moment ago, that he did see one of the bodies in the building as he exited the school, and they're standing drill with the hands up. One thing, and this is, I can't emphasize this enough, how important it is to be right, not first, accurate in a situation like this. But the young man did say he saw the suspect taken into custody and did describe him. He says that he didn't know him, but he said that he did have a friend who was familiar with him, and he believes, according to him, that this is someone who no longer goes to this school.
Very interesting. We'll be certain to, when officials get back to the microphone, try to nail that down if that is in fact the case, that this potentially was someone who no longer is an active student at the school, who was able to get onto campus.
Right, and it's important.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and it is important because we want to be able to, he did describe even more, but I'm comfortable saying at least that much to kind of put a little bit of context in there. But that is something that I think is going to be really important and something that we will be looking forward to hearing from law enforcement and authorities coming up at that 4 o'clock news conference.
Does it appear to you, Kevin, that, I don't know from your vantage point if you can even see where the students are at the football stadium, but does it appear to you that most of the students have been accounted for with their parents? I know some don't have the ability to have their parents come get them, but do you see that there are less students out there?
Here's what I can tell you, Christine. Here's what I can tell you, and this is what I gleaned from the big sister of the young man that I just recently talked to. She says that what's happening is that you have a lot of people back on the football field as they exited the building. What you have is kind of like a gathering spot. The students, staffers, teachers, they are giving interviews to the GBI. And once that happens, then they are allowed to exit. And that is one of the reasons why maybe some of the confusion as to the process of how kids were exiting and what was done next, because they did have to sit tight for a little bit. And I'd say in the last hour, maybe, that's why we've seen the stream of families walking down from the school, because they were in a safe space on that school talking to authorities and waiting for parents to orderly pick them up, so that there is making a chaotic situation less chaotic.
Yeah, I imagine it's very important for authorities to get their eyewitness accounts before they go home, that it's fresh on their minds and they can give them a fresh account before they leave the campus as to what they witnessed. Kevin, thank you so much.
All right, and as Kevin is gathering information from.
All right, y'all, I am going to end it here. We've been on for quite a while, but you see the updated stats here for people are no longer here upon the earth, and 9 have been taken into emergency care at Grady Hospital. This just goes to show that it's long overdue to do the right thing and protect our kids. So with that being said, commercial break and fireworks is coming your way for the day that is happening right now. Of course, for more info on this story and to continue to see live coverage of this, I will drop the link to this story in the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I will see you all tonight back here at 6 p.m. If there's any new updates with this story, you know, I'm definitely going to bring this up again during the 6 o'clock show as well. I think we may do a 3 with the T tonight. Sassy was asking if we could do one. I'm like, hey, I'm off work, so I ain't got nothing else to do. So one love, much love, all love. Y'all not gonna get the longest commercial break because I think that, you know, we just need to just breathe with what's happening right now. So one love, much love, all love, and I'll see you guys back here at 6 p.m. tonight. Love you all. Bye-bye. Prayers up to Georgia and Appalachia High School and everybody there. Much love.
This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at NubianTV.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch. Now that you've reached
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day. What we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good. Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger.
Hey.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General. Author. Ruler. Man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, He's headed for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.